Hello and welcome to the Computer Game Show. My name is David Turner and I am here with Sean Bell,
Hello.
Matt Murray,
Hello.
and James Farley.
Hello.
We're going to start the show as we usually start the show and thank our Patreon producers for their support this month. The Full Nels crew are Aaron Patrick, the QuickBooks chap, Simon Nelson, Moomin Biscuit, Trans Rights to Human Rights, Dave Ernsberger, Colin Brown, Gasman, Rocketman76, Smooth Monkey, John Tempelli, Jackie Sniper, Sam Higton, Thomas, Stan, Philip with an F, Cutty, Steve Lee, Jack Oven, Grey Dragon Claw, Colin the Car Wanker Smith, Lee Keybottom, My Dog Skip, Dean, Evil Mammal, Don Whiskerando. Matt has his name over number 25. If you could please move your cursor. Do I have to refresh? This is what happens when you piss about with it while I'm trying to do it, Matt. It's infuriating, and you're already in my bad books at the moment.
He's going to go full Christian Bale if this carries on.
Free for that. Do with the lights. That's one of my favourite lines in that whole thing. Oh, good for you.
So why am I in your bad books?
Because of the way you treated me last week on the show, the lack of respect. I want to carry on talking about it. Do you know I timed it? It was 25 minutes you'd spoken about.
Great, isn't it? Lovely old job having a really old, like in-depth conversation.
Yeah, but 25 minutes was the cut-off, and you wanted an extra 2, didn't you?
I didn't realise we had set 25 minutes as a limit on these chats.
We hadn't. I think it was 10 to 15.
And I'm supposed to know that. I'm supposed to know there's a 25-minute limit.
M3 for life, and a brand new Full Nels member. Thank you so much for joining the crew. It's Sir Resner of the Savage North. Thank you so much. I'm assuming that's a reference to TCGS North, is it?
Yeah, so they've always been Sir Resner of the Savage North, and now they've added another North, which, I guess, yeah.
So maybe they moved. Thank you so much for supporting the show. We really do appreciate it. We love doing it. You can tell we love doing it, but it really is your support that makes us go, do you know what? I've got to tonight, regardless. We've got a few dates for you. Patreon stream. We're going to be watching Noel's House Party on Sunday at 9 p.m. I cannot wait to watch that. I've not seen an episode of Noel's House Party since it went out. Not a full episode from start to finish. I've got a feeling if you take You Bet as an example, we way overpraised that show before going to it. They took us for mugs back then for what entertainment was, wasn't it? The Tatton Park Run, tcgs.co, if you want to go and get links to the... Is it GoFundMe page?
Just Giving. I should give shout outs to Sam H and Steve Lee. Sam H donated 50 quid. Steve Lee, whoever that is, donated £200. So we're at 910 quid now. So we're nearly at the £1,000 mark.
Incredible. Thank you ever so much.
Really no getting out of it at this point.
Better start running again.
I'm still considering whether to donate or not. I've not made my mind up. We'll find out if we get closer to the date.
You can donate after the fact. You can see how much. Matt will be all right, but I'll be dead. So we'll see.
I don't think I'll be dead too, Sean. I haven't run for ages.
I hate that. Matt does all that. He's going to be there. He's going to walk it no issues.
Don't make me check Strava, Matt.
Maybe like 3 years ago, Matt, or two years ago, Matt. But
Do you know what? You saying, you're going to be dead after a run is like when James Farley says, you don't understand, Chelsea have problems. We should be losing these games against League Two.
For a very long time.
No, it's true. You haven't said that for a long time because you're world champions finally. Yeah. So that's and Patreon supporters, right? So what is this? This is we're begging our people not to sign up to Patreon. Is that right?
No, it's just that I've noticed when I've looked at our Patreon numbers and some people basically subscribe and supporting us via iOS. Maybe Google Play as well, but definitely iOS. And they charge you 30% extra on top. So what I would recommend, if you are someone who has supported us via Patreon on iOS, is supporting via the website. And, because basically Patreon are increasing the cost by 30% to cover thetheir extra money to Apple. So it's just like it's just a bit of a helpful tip if you're out there paying extra 30%. Don't pay for the website and
because money. If we were getting the 30%, we'd probably just keep quiet. But we don't even get it; go straight to Apple.
Yeah, so I recommend
because morals and that. Because
morals, morals. Yeah.
I'm a sound guy, and I would say, hey, I don't want that money.
No.
I don't want that 30%.
You keep that.
James
you
would
buy
be
yourself a Snickers.
James would be like, raise it to 60. Daddy needs his cheese.
Not in line with inflation.
Exactly. It's like 80% or whatever. Or,
Buy my book. How much is it? Too expensive. Shall we get to the feedback from last week's show, Matt?
Yes, the hate detective has messaged, hello, in your recent episode, number 460, James says something deeply racist around the 44 minutes, 12 seconds mark. Care to explain?
This is one of those where you go, this could be one of two things. This is either something that they've wildly misheard.
Mm-hmm.
No, one of three things. Something they've wildly misheard. Someone trying to be, hey, actually, you lefties think that you've got racism sorted out.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
Have you ever thought about the way you talk about this? Like, to try and catch us out. And that's always
we get a few of them. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, so my back is up, right? My back is up.
Yeah.
But then there's always the chance that it's a joke. And thankfully...
about it is I'm not keen on the finish.
Right, and that was
disgusting.
That was
Absolutely disgusting, James.
Oh,
fair play.
So
The
funny
hate
when I listened to
detective.
it.
That was very, very fun. Yeah, that was one of mine. So I thought, oh fucking, is this an arsehole getting in touch again? Is this going to be one of those things? And then I found the bit in the show and I pressed play and I pissed myself laughing. Well, fair enough. That's fine. That is fine. That one. Any comments, James?
I can only apologise unreservedly for that.
It's not all you could do. You could donate to Finnish charity. That's what
the Finland, just the Finnish government.
Yeah, you could donate. You could
Shoot
move
them
to
20
Finland.
quid. Yeah, you can move there, and actually, they probably won't be up for that.
Right? Next bit of feedback.
Okay, Colin has messaged, hello, lovely lads. The shoe Matt was on about is called a Huarache sandal. I believe it originated in Mexico or at least South America. Anyway, top chat, fellas. Kisses and hugs. No, you're wrong, Colin. It literally is just a leather kind of woven loafer. That's all it is. I mean, maybe the description fooled you, or maybe Dave ripping into it is just made you think of something else. It literally is just a leather woven loafer.
I should say we got a second. So Matt's edited down the feedback a little bit, which is fine. But he appears to have specifically taken out two messages that like big him up a bit. I feel like that's intentional.
Well, there was one that turned around and said, "Who does David think he is talking about like having comments on fashion?" And I'll be honest, you are absolutely right. You are totally right. I am the worst dressed. Give me a pair of jeans and a polo shirt and some night trainers, and I'm happy. I am happy.
Yeah, give me the Yannick Clavier, and I'm well happy.
You're all right.
I mean, Matt always looks good in what he wears, but what the way I'm reacting is, I could never wear anything like that. Could you imagine if I just started dressing like you, Matt? Could you imagine that?
I love to see that.
It's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Couldn't pull it off. So for the people going, David doesn't know anything about fashion, you are 100% right. You are absolutely right. So no hard feelings there at all. But yeah, I just can't imagine myself wearing a pair of shoes like that.
You should give them a go.
No, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
Donkey.
It's like what I said to. It's like I told you, didn't I, before, that my brother turned around to me and went, I had like slightly baggy jeans, and I know baggy jeans are in fashion now. It was all over our Discord group.
It was
this Discord channel this week. And my brother looked at him and went, "You're wearing proper dad trousers today, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah, but I'm a dad, and so are you." So maybe act your age a little bit.
I enjoyed. I think it was Clark in the Discord who was saying about going to get the usual pair of like skinny Levi's, and the guy in the shop being like, "Oh yeah, we didn't really." Tends to be just older people who come in for these now. It's not don't really sell many.
Do you know the one for me that's really been doing me in is the like I've seen loads of TikToks of people taking the piss out of millennials for wearing trainer socks. You know, the low socks.
Blew up a couple of months ago, didn't it? All that.
I don't give a fuck. I cannot wear socks pulled up to the shins.
No,
I can't do
that
it
either. It's just weird, isn't it?
I'm not getting away with that at all.
No, I like doing it.
Trainer socks all day.
I like doing it.
I know you do, Matt, because you like pretending you're younger than you are.
I just roll whatever else is rolling with. That's fine. Lovely old sock to the shin or knee, depending on how I'm feeling. That's fine. That's normal, isn't it? Okay,
like
Donkey Kong
The trouble is, when I think of that, I just think of Alan Partridge in Paris. You know, like he did, like when he went there and he was like wearing, stuff like that. Which, maybe it's fashionable now.
Oh, it has been for the last two or three summers, I reckon. Okay, should we move on?
Yes.
Donkey Thong has messaged, "Hello chaps, a great show last week as always. I just wanted to talk about the section of the pod where you were discussing the pros and cons of slippers, but more to the point, I really wanted to zero in on the reason why James doesn't like them. I was curious as to why no one pressed James on what he meant by the fact that he doesn't like slippers because, and I quote, I like to have the option to slide around if I want to. At this time, this seemed to pass by as a pretty normal thing to say. This got me thinking, why does James like to have the option to slide around? This is James's main mode of movement as opposed to walking. If he likes this, would a soapy water slide in the garden not be a better way of sliding around as opposed to wearing socks? What sort of flooring does James have to slide everywhere? If you could clear us up why this is a good reason to dislike slippers, that would be greatly appreciated. Maybe I have very well missed the point entirely, but for all the reasons to dislike slippers, not being able to slide in them would not have been top of my list. And add to the fact this doesn't seem to have been picked up on by the rest of you, had me thinking that this is maybe a common reason to dislike them. ? Anyway, keep up the good work, chaps. Big fan of what you do. Regards from Donkey Thong.
James?
I mean, yeah, do I have to justify
Why
this?
have you got to wait for me to say James?
No, because they're asking. No. If you read the feedback, they're asking you why you didn't pick up on this, not me. I was the one who said it.
James. I mean, it gets to the point where it's kind of like, well, okay.
I think it's with James. It's like when he expresses something that gives him just a bit of joy in his day.
Yeah,
you don't want to dive on that, do you? It's not. Just let him have
unless it's the Nintendo camera, and then I'll dive all over it.
James, are you just a big fan of Risky Business? The Tom Cruise. There's the scene, isn't it, where he slides in like a shirt and socks.
That's not Risky Business, is it? Isn't that Cocktail? Is it Cocktail or something?
I don't know.
Anyway, there's the one where he slides.
Yeah, he slides in socks wearing like a shirt and maybe no pants. I don't know.
Someone will say it in the chat in a minute.
Okay, I thought it was.
Is there even a film called Cocktail? I'm having a meltdown now.
There is. Anyway,
did I tell you? While we talk about old films, did I tell you that I watched Speed with Harry in the end?
Oh no!
Did you?
Even Saturday night, it was fucking amazing. Right, he loved it. I loved it. There's a scene where the bus smashes into loads of parked cars, and he turned around and went, "That's mummy." I was like, "Shut the fuck up." Yeah, I think you might be right, Matt. I think people are saying it's
risky business.
It's risky business. Yeah,
so all the bits we mentioned talking about the adult content in Speed, that wasn't an issue. Whatever it was it
it's
violent?
Was it
surprisingly violent?
Okay. The worst bit is right at the start where some guy gets stabbed in the head, and that's about as gruesome as it gets. The rest of it is
someone getting stabbed in the head.
Yeah, but
it's when someone gets decapitated and then the body's thrown through the air. Apart from that, it's kind of pretty tame.
Yeah, but that bit was that was fine. That was fine. That one.
Play for laughs. That bit.
Yeah.
I mean, there's worse stuff in Marvel films. Definitely. The bit where he gets that guy's eye ripped out. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Elodie, not a fan of any of that kind of stuff. Even lesser stuff in any kind of film show. Even like some Harry Potter stuff, she'll look away. Like she's not
really.
Fuck it, can we just do the bonus show? Can we just do a bonus show at this point?
Isaac keeps insisting that he's like fine to watch whatever, and he doesn't. He reckons he can watch like 18 rated stuff, and it's like, no, mate. Like I was. Like I was playing Death Stranding, we'll get onto that in a bit. And he sort of saw a bit of it, and it was when I was just walking around, and he's like, "Oh, what's this?" And I said, "There's bits in it you really wouldn't like." And he's like, "No, I reckon I'll be fine with it." He's like, "Why? What happens?" And I'm like, "Well, there's these sort of ghost things, and there's this black oil everywhere, and they sort of drag you. And it's not good." And he's like, "No, I think I'll be fine with it." And it's like, just let me. I understand, right? I know how bad things
I'm
can
the
be.
parent here.
I promise there are things you can't even imagine on films.
So on the weekend you watched Hellraiser with him.
Yeah.
Just like
Loved it. Yeah.
All right. So you like sliding across the floor in your bare feet?
In conclusion.
But
do
surely
you
it's
get
better
it?
to do that in... Oh, you do not in your bare feet, in socks.
Yeah, it does.
No,
it.
in socks,
does it.
definitely in socks. Yeah.
There's zero slipping with slippers.
Oh, yeah.
Mocktail Super's message, knock, hello, it's me. In light of recent updates, I wanted to chip in with some thanks for being a consistently brilliant show.
Wait, whoa.
I know. Sorry. I stopped a bit because it must be me or Sean, I assume.
It wasn't me.
Okay, maybe it must be me somehow. Basically, like in the middle of the email, it's got a link to Hot UK deals. So
But the funniest bit is it says, I wanted to hotdealsuk.com chip in.
Can I just say, people can't see this, so this is not a very fun bit of the show to listen to. Can we change the fucking document to read only before we start recording? Because shit like this, we're getting older. I don't know if you found this, but I'm suddenly struggling with tech. And, I've got a work phone, it's an Android, and I look in it, and sometimes I go, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I don't understand why this phone's doing this. I need help. And Teams, using that, has been introduced to our office, and I'm like, right, so there's chats and channels and Teams. What the fuck are you talking about? I can't be bothered. I think we're just getting old and fucking up, and so this is going to happen more. We need to put a
no, because we're constantly adding and amending to this. It's it'd be mad if I was
a living document, Dave.
Yeah, I'm writing down the names of the games in order for the show notes.
So what did you want to say about Hot UK deals then, Matt?
Don't know. There's probably loads of great deals on there. We'll carry on. Actually, I'll start again. Mocktail Soup. In light of recent live events, I wanted to chip in with some thanks for being a consistently brilliant show that's been a regular part of my routine for several years now. At the grand old age of 36, I recently been diagnosed with autism after waiting for an assessment since December 2021. Man, with this in mind, it's all been a bit chaotic recently. Having the pod be a part of my routine has definitely helped with consistency over this whole period. Even James E.T. Phone Home Farley has been replaced by an alien somewhere between episodes 459 and 460.
Yeah, that was weird last week, James. That was very strange. That put me on edge. I think the fainting sort of reset you at that point.
It was really
and he's back in the room.
But Mock Salt Soup, hope you're doing all right, man. I know it's mixed feelings when you get a diagnosis like that. It's sort of validating, but also, the previous 36 years might have been a bit easier if I'd known. But yeah,
and four and a half years to get the. I think that's rough.
Yeah. Shocking, isn't it?
That's what it is at the moment. No.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Crimes. Tony Crimes has messaged, "Hey guys, with Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Night Rain, which is really worth checking out, and Mates finally getting to Helldivers 2, it's been hard for me to find the time to do anything else. Using vacation to catch up on the pod, currently listening to episode 453, I just want to say thank you. I just want to keep up the good work. Love the pod. And David, you're my favourite prick."
Cheers.
Happy with that, Dave?
That's nice.
I assume Tony Crimes with a Z means that he's on holiday and is listening to the pod while he's on holiday. I don't think because it kind of reads like he's taken time off work to just sit at home and listen to it. Which
that's how I like to.
Thank you very much if that's true.
Reason for holiday: listen to my favourite podcast.
So behind on my favourite podcast. I need to.
Of course, I'm joking. I'm proud to be your favourite prick. Thanks for that.
Richard Williams, further even to the I'll start again. Okay, further to the Eagle. Okay, the reason I did that, right? So for years, Jill was like, "Matt, like you don't pronounce your THs. Everything is like,
Oh, don't worry about that.
It's
no one
number
gives
3,
a fuck.
or it's like I've got it for free. It's number 3. And so I've been trying for many years to go third. And then what happened is even Fs. I'll be like further. It's like no, that's an F. You fucking idiot. That's an idiot. That's an idiot. Anyway, so anyway. Further to the Eagle comic debate, as someone of a similar age to James, I do have to say I understand where he's coming from. Although originally running from the 50s to 1969, it was then relaunched to great fanfare in 1982. There were TV adverts, free gifts on the cover, the exciting return of Dan Dare, plus the introduction of photo stories. I know all this because I got it for about 3 weeks before realising it was nerdy rubbish and going back to Roy the Rovers. Yes. Nice twist ending at the end there. Got it.
I mean, I wasn't an avid reader of the Eagle. I just remember sometimes picking
back
up.
now.
You know, got the annual from time to time.
He's seen the backlash. He's like, I didn't read it.
Yeah,
Losers read that.
I was quite proud to see that the majority of our Discord were Beano over Dandy. Although I nearly took a photo, right? I've got a rule where I try not... I try not to take photos of people in public and send it to people. Like, I don't like that idea, right? I'm kind of against it, right? Yeah. But there was a guy...
Didn't go to the Coldplay gig then?
The day, no, exactly. The day after we'd had that Beano versus Dandy thing, there was a guy in front of me in a queue somewhere with a massive. Who's the guy from the Dandy? The cowboy guy?
Desperate Dan.
Desperate Dan. Yeah. Like a huge tattoo on his leg of Desperate Dan. And I was like, I need to send this to the boys, but I remembered my rule.
So why is he called Desperate Dan? What's he desperate for?
Attention.
Do we want to know?
It was mostly cow pies. Yeah.
Cow pie,
Is that what he's desperate for?
Yeah.
Which had horns at the top, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which is
they did have horns
dangerous.
At the top.
You ever described yourself as being desperate for your favourite food?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Right. mean that.
James, cheese.
Yeah, absolutely desperate for it all the time.
Sticking horns in his jeans. Gagging for a bit of Edam. Right.
How would I pronounce this name? Chan? Kian?
Oh, Kian. Yeah.
Kian. Nice. Hello, TCGS team. I would like to let ye know that you're not the only one that left a rating. As of Thursday, there are 436 ratings.
We're losing every Irish listener we have at the moment. This is...
I asked how to pronounce it first. I could have just said someone's emailed.
Don't worry, but Sean's just distracting you because he gave out some false information last week and he's getting called on it now.
Wait, what was the... Oh, yeah, sorry, no, this is quite funny.
What? Me? False information?
Okay, yeah, so Kian has messaged, hello TCGS team. I'd just like to let ye know that you're not the only one that left a rating. As of Thursday, there are 436 ratings with an average of 4.8 stars. Keep up the great work from Kian. Is that on Pocket Casts?
Yeah, it's on Pocket Casts. So I think it was Necromoz in the Discord mentioned this as well. This is so weird. So I went and had a look on Pocket Casts, and I was like, no, I went on, the feeds that I am subscribed to for the Computer Game Show. 1 review, 5 stars, obviously, from me, because I believe in us, And then I thought, and there's a couple of people saying, no, you got like 400 odd. So I then searched for the Computer Game Show on Pocket Casts and found a different feed with all the reviews on it. So what feed was I subscribed to?
I bet you were subscribed.
You subscribed to a hooky feed.
I think so, yeah.
Feed.
Yeah, or maybe you were subscribed to like one of the original RSS feeds and not the...
Must be, yeah.
Not a Podbean thing.
That wouldn't be updating though, would it?
Yeah, because I think...
Sean, did it say presented by spong.com? Like written on it?
Yeah. Do you know, I'd forgotten that we were on spong.com for a while. That was a strange period.
It was actually.
Yeah, I've got some stories about that.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Yeah.
So obviously, thank you to all the 400 odd listeners that have left reviews who I callously dismissed.
Yeah.
I admit when I'm wrong, Dave. All right.
Not always.
This time.
This time
it happened at least once.
Only when they message in about it.
Once out of 20, and then say
because I was right all the other time. So
that's fair enough. Okay.
But after this, we also noticed that actually a few episodes, episodes on Spotify have comments as well that we just weren't
pretty much
reading.
all of them have comments on them. It's nuts.
All positive, I assume. Oh no, there was that one from someone who I don't
they weren't
think is a
attacking
regular
us
listener.
though. They were just attacking Microsoft, weren't they?
Oh,
so,
that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because that was it. Yeah, Microsoft went woke, and that's why they're failing.
Yeah,
Oh, is that what they said? Oh, I missed
Yeah,
that.
something like
Okay,
that.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, got a point though. God, with all the, I know the,
Yeah, 'cause-
the women in the games now, it does my nut.
Yeah, and they are going broke. So, well, not Microsoft themselves, just.
They're making money hand over fist. They're making more
They're
money
doing
out of
very
games
well.
than
Doing
they
very
ever
well
have
for
done.
themselves,
So, yeah.
Tremendous.
Anyway, if you have left a rating on any service, thank you. If you haven't done it already, please do it again. We really do appreciate it everywhere. Spotify, Pocket,
Subscribe
definitely
to
Pocket Casts.
new services and leave us a review on those as well. We should say, because we mentioned the iTunes one, that not like what Apple Podcasts, whatever they call it now. People did leave some very funny reviews after we mentioned it like a month or two ago. So thank you.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
yeah, for sure.
Well, keep like that, and we love
Yeah,
that.
I mean, don't stop.
Keep up the
obviously.
doodling.
Keep going.
Keep up the doodling, keep up the commenting. We're going to end with Push Button Joe. Dear the video game show, read Death Stranding 2. I love the People's Chat, Matt Murray, as much as anyone else, which is no one, Joe. But how did he manage to play all of Death Stranding and several hours of a sequel without building roads? That's like playing Mario without getting or using any power-ups. Just mad shit. Yours, confused, from Joe. Yeah, so I don't remember doing much of it, because when I came to Death Stranding 1, I think I didn't play on launch, or maybe I started and stopped. But when I eventually got to it, there was just roads everywhere, and I didn't feel the need to be bothering adding resources or creating it. But I have done a lot of that in the sequel, so because it's very satisfying. So no, I'm still doing it. I don't think it's quite the same as playing Mario without getting the power-ups, because if you see a road, like, why would I need to bother? Like, I just drive on it and go from A to B. Lovely old job.
There was some. Sorry to dig you out, Matt. Wasn't there another game? Was it Cadence of Hyrule or something, where it turned out you'd like finished it without ever changing your equipment or something?
That does
He
sound familiar.
didn't
Yeah.
upgrade. No, he didn't upgrade.
I didn't upgrade.
He
Yeah,
didn't upgrade
yeah.
his character. Yeah, he didn't know he
like-
could upgrade it until the last level or something.
Yeah.
He's like, it's ridiculously hard.
It was very difficult.
Basically, one broed it by accident.
Oh,
I
we've
love
done
that
these
game.
stories a million times, but it was like when I've got to the end of like 50 hours of Fallout 3 and didn't realise that VATS, you could target more than one thing at a time. So I was like, target and shoot in VATS. Fucking VATS. VATS.
That's it for feedback. Go to tcgs.co /dear tcgs, or just tcgs.co to leave your feedback.
All right. It's time for the news, and James Farley is here, and he's going to present that to us. We're looking forward to it. James Farley.
Yeah, so Microsoft have decided to kill their movies and TV store on
what?
Xbox
Killing
and Windows.
things.
It's not like
Microsoft.
Microsoft, is it? To
Just
abandon stuff.
closing things, for fuck's sake.
I mean, they're following Sony, because Sony did this a while ago.
That's true.
Copying
Copying Sony as usual.
Yeah, I mean, the slight difference was that Sony gave some warning, whereas Microsoft just seemed to wake up one day and just shut it down.
Microsoft just went, look, no one's using it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So you'll still be able
We'll
to
email
download
the 3 people individually.
Well, this is the thing. I'm coming to that, because it's you'll still be able to download and watch stuff that you bought. There's no
Thank God.
refunds available or anything like that. You see, and I was wondering who was actually using this apart from Matt. And like I
haven't used it for a while.
and I had to look in like the Verge comments, and you got people on there talking about how they've got like 800 plus films like that they bought from it, and you're just like, wow, okay,
Do you reckon
Well,
that's a
it's not problem
hangover
then, is it?
because
they can still use it?
yeah.
That's what they're
Yeah.
saying. So stop moaning.
like for me, my 360 was like my kind of media console, so I had like the apps on there. So maybe it's kind of a hangover from that. Like they got a 360, I started buying TV and thought, well, if it's always connected to TV and I'm always using my Xbox, why not just buy the movies on there as well rather than Apple TV or elsewhere? So it
Yeah,
does
I
make
think-
sense a bit, but
Look, I think this is it's an interesting one. It's something that Sean brought up in the week. We can talk about your.
I was going to say, we're
announcement?
pulling the ripcord on this. So yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay, are you sure? Do you really
Yeah,
want to?
I'm all right. Oh, yeah, let's do it. So
Right, I just want to say before you say anything,
Yep.
we'll love you and we support you. And
yeah, nothing changes for me
it's-
Yeah,
or any of
that's
us.
I appreciate
It
that.
changes a little bit, but
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, it's still the same Sean.
okay.
I know, but respect and all that.
Good point. It does go out the window.
I am closer than ever to buying a PlayStation 5.
For
And by
fuck's
that,
sake.
Not
he means
because
there's a really good deal on the PlayStation website that runs out on the 29th, so he's definitely going to have one by this time next week. Like
There
I
is
am
that.
certain.
What a bit...
I assume, Sean, because of all like the great games, the services, PlayStation Plus, all the kind of offerings.
No,
that Sony...
Sean's reasoning is fucking like this is why I brought it up. Like, it's a genuine concern that I think people should think about. Sorry, I don't want to step over you.
I just basically my thinking is at this point, why would I continue to add to my Xbox digital library? Games or whatever, I wasn't buying films anyway, but whatever. But something like this just makes me think like, I don't think whatever even though like it's looking like the next Xbox in inverted commas is excuse me, sorry, I'm not getting emotional.
It sounds like you're really choking up.
I choked on my drink.
He's really guilty about switching sides.
And now my eyes are watering. This isn't helping at all.
Choking on all the Xbox tears.
This is what Anakin did. Worsely acted.
Worsely.
That's the word I went for, and I'm sticking with it.
That's what he went for.
And that's the episode title.
That is the episode
title.
Worsely acted.
Go on.
Okay, I'm all right, I think.
Good.
Like basically, there's no guarantee that like purchases of Xbox games, not ones that aren't necessarily play anywhere or whatever, aren't necessarily going to carry over to what Microsoft are doing next, because it looks like that's probably a PC that has the Xbox.
They are 100% going to carry over all the work they've done on backwards compatibility and Xbox anywhere. But it's more like that's going to be the last console. That's more for me. It's not about whether I think the next console will come out and all the games we've got now will work on it. It's more like why if it's ultimately I can't see another console after this one happening, you might as well move over now. I think that's
no, forget that. It's like when the two new consoles come out, and presumably, let's just say for argument's sake, they're both going to come out at the same time, right? If they both come out, what are the chances of you buying the Xbox over the PlayStation? It's like slim at this point,
it's
right?
just Game Pass, but maybe
if you can already get all the Microsoft
still
games
available,
on it, then why?
Even though it's still available, the TV and movie stuff, you're not gonna put anything into it, are you? You're not gonna. It doesn't feel like a library that's gonna last long because you're not going to buy the hardware to access it in the future.
Yeah.
It's meaningless. And eventually, even if they say, right, no, you can access it on an app on a telly, you'll eventually stop installing it because this library will get so old that you kind of go, what's the fucking point then? It's I totally get Sean's reasoning here, and
maybe I'm wrong. I hate having to think about this stuff at all, really. Like I just really resent it because it's like, can't I just buy the things and play them and then have them? But there's this.
I mean, you can, but.
You know what I mean? But like, there's this looming like, oh, but which infrastructure am I investing in long term? I hate it. It does my head in. I mean, like as much as I think it's probably not a great thing that Steam is such a huge monopoly, I am just like, that's never. I mean, in the fullness of time, something will happen to Steam eventually. But in my lifetime, it's like, no, that's probably all pretty secure. Whereas Microsoft is suddenly looking flaky as fuck. Like,
Matt, like what you said about them definitely bringing things over and everything. I mean, you're probably right; they probably will. But that Microsoft or that Xbox that did all the backwards compatibility stuff and everything, I kind of feel like they're gone now. Like I don't.
Yeah, that's when they were willing to make sacrifices for the sake of goodwill, and they don't seem to be doing so much.
They don't seem to care anymore about that, because if they did, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing. And I mean, what's quite interesting about this though, as well, though, is this is kind of like the end of the Xbox One in the sense of like the vision of what the Xbox One was supposed to be.
That's true. Yeah,
finally.
Yeah, this idea it was like TV, videos, games, like everything, and it's like this is one of the last things that kind of links back to that that is now closed.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know what I'm excited to hear? To see if Sean Bell likes Astrobot more than he did Balatro, and he would have voted the other way.
I mean, it's unlikely. Let's face it. Like,
I don't know. It is fucking.
I'll be DMing Ryan Cobain like, mate, I'm so fucking sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Next story is that Nintendo is bringing back its online playtest from last year. So they said we will perform another test in the Nintendo Switch Online playtest program from 8 a.m. on July the 21st if you've got the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pack, you can apply to participate in it on a first come first served basis, and it's for Switch and Switch 2 users. They're also saying like you can't share any information about it at all or what it's about. But last time, obviously, people did, and it was that MMO that they seem to be working on.
It sounded kind of interesting, but very bare bones, which is fair enough. It's a pre-alpha.
And it was like, because that was where they said it was players work together to fully develop a massive, expansive planet by utilizing creativity and farmed resources. But obviously, with no idea if it's the same game, but I'd imagine it probably is, if this is something that they're working on. Is anybody interested in this at all? Or not really?
Yeah, I guess. I mean,
it's now happening right now, right? It's like July 21st, 8 a.m. PT.
That will be today, yes.
What? So, right this second. Yeah. So Pil, as we record, we'll be playing something random. If you are, give us 3 dots in the chat. Give us 3 thumbs up if you're playing something sexy and mysterious on Nintendo right now.
So
I'm applying for it now, guys. See how this goes.
Yeah. What was it last time then? Did they say much about
it just said.
Sorry, I've got so much going on. What was it?
So it was like there was, because obviously it was supposed to be secret, like you weren't supposed to reveal what it was, but obviously people did, and it was a kind of like an MMO. Where people were like working together to like
that's right. Yeah, I think I remember this. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure someone will break embargo at some point. We'll hear all about it. You know how it goes.
It turns out I can't apply to participate because it's already started, which is fair enough.
That's a shame. But yeah. All right. Next story. Do you want to hear about AI on Steam?
Always.
Okay, so according to this is according to Totally Human, who have been like analysing, the usage of AI on Steam, or by developers, and they say that apparently it's gone up 800% this year. They said that nearly 8,000 titles released on Steam now disclose generative AI usage compared to 1,000 a year ago. And apparently that's 7% of the Steam total library and 20% of all games released so far in 2025. And this is also the point they make, is that these are voluntary disclosures as well. So we don't know if maybe people are using it for other stuff as well. And according to the analysis, 60% of generative AI disclosures are for virtual asset generation. So this is like stuff like characters, backgrounds, or art. And also for promotional assets and code generation, and it's being used for flagging of offensive user-created content as well. That's something else people are using it for.
Which, again,
yeah, I mean, that makes total sense.
Yeah, like lots of things I don't like about AI. Obviously, I'm not going to complain about that. And yeah, I mean, these numbers seem about right. Like, I don't think it's a huge shock. Yeah,
I mean, I think I'd be surprised if it isn't significantly higher.
I think it probably right. Yeah,
because it's I mean, and also according to the Game Developers Conference survey, a majority of developers working at companies have said that they're utilizing generative AI tools as well as being part of the job. So this is, I mean, it's inevitable, isn't it? It seems the way this is going.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, this is bad, but also like I think there's like a grey area for me. So I've used Photoshop for years to do like TCGS assets and other stuff, and I've often used things like background removal for years. It's just a tool in Photoshop that we've all been using for years. And then I think it was like last year or so, like Instagram flagged that the post I'd done was like AI content because I guess it known that I'd use Photoshop tools, and now so many apps, programs, services are renaming things that were just generated by the program as now AI, because that's like the sexy thing.
I was going to say, yeah, so Lightroom on mobile is now like Lightroom mobile with AI or whatever.
Yeah, but it's like, but so many, I mean, a lot of these things that you mentioned about generating backgrounds, characters are, that's a little bit different, obviously. But I think so many of these things we're using are now they're almost pivoting, they're rebranding to include AI. I mean, like now, bots are like AI bots rather than just bots that we've had since, whatever, like, many, many years. So some of these are probably saying, yes, we're using AI, but it's like, we have to say that because, some other program has said that the tool I've been using for a million years is now suddenly an AI tool.
Because as you say, that there's been, so like things like Speed Tree, for example, again, no one really had a problem with that because it's for background stuff that no one's really looking at in close detail anyway. And now suddenly, that was just procedural generation.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, I was going to ask about this. Like maybe Sean or Matt, David's not. Yeah, I don't
I'm
think I
here.
understand.
I'm here. Sorry. Yeah.
Whether you could explain to me or someone can, what is the difference between something being like procedurally generated and something which has been AI generated, like in terms of like level design and stuff like that? Because people seem completely fine, or they have been for years, with procedural generation, particularly for like roguelikes and stuff like that, as being like that's great, this is really good. But why is that okay?
Well, I think one is like the end user thing, and one's like a tool that could potentially be taking a job away. So. I think
procedurally generated stuff was as by design, right? It was, I know what you're saying, because when you look at something like No Man's Sky, I think that was because there is no possible way that game exists without it being generated to some aspect.
Mm-hmm. Well, plus that was the team working really hard for a long time to create that. That procedural generation was their creation, whereas. Generally, when we're talking about Gen AI stuff, it's a machine that has been fed loads of copyrighted stuff, and is regurgitating it in slightly different forms now, which is
yeah. So for the speed tree example, where the program will generate thousands of trees, and realistically, studios aren't going to be paying people to create thousands of trees, unique or otherwise. There will be like a certain aspect of art and whatnot that would work on it, but I don't think they'll be paying someone to generate thousands of trees. Before that's just it's just generated. Now it's because I'm sure that's probably officially defined as a AI tool. They have to say, well, look, we use AI in this, even if like years ago it is fine because it wasn't AI branded. I'm not surprised with this. I feel like there is a bit of a grey area, like the things I just mentioned, but it's it's not great, but. It's the way it is. I mean, everything's gonna be AI generated in some aspects. It's just whether they want to brand it as that or not.
Look, I'm not playing devil's advocate here because I understand, how much of an impact AI is having in all sorts of professions, right? And the impact it's having on jobs. And even if you take all that stuff away, even if you take away it's taking jobs and morally it's questionable and that, you go, well, actually, I think. The things we'll be experiencing will be worse for that. Certainly, if you appreciate the artistic art form, I think I need to know the music that I listen to was made by people with emotions and not generated, right? I do and look, this is a weird thing to say because it makes me sound like I'm comparing the two things, but when I do. When, say, for example, in my profession, in architecture, when computers came into the office with the main focus that this makes things way easier, which means it will take less staff to push out the door and it will be done 10 times quicker. And you go, shit, were the same conversations being had when computers were entering offices and making what were skilled tasks way easier?
Undoubtedly.
I think where I'm getting to and what I'm saying is this inevitable at this point? And I'm starting to think that it probably is.
Oh, it is 100% inevitable. But that's what I mean. I think for years, we've used computers to speed up these processes or make it easier rather than typewriters or doing things by hand or pen and paper, whatever. And now. The computer stuff we use computers for is now just rebranded as AI. It's not an artificial intelligence at all. It's a program. It's something written to, as you say, scrape content from around the planet and find the most common answers and generate responses from prompts as a result of that. Most of these things aren't AI. It's not an artificial intelligence. It's just a really complex computer program. So I hate thinking about it. I hate talking about it. I hate reading about it. But it is inevitable. But then it's AI inevitable. I mean, but computers are being inevitable. That's why I'm not putting out.
This is it. Yeah, it's like, am I just being the boring bastard who, when we were kids, was like, oh, you won't always have a calculator in your pocket though. Like, yes, I will actually something that's far more complicated than that. It's tough. But for me, it's the fact that it's just, when we were 20 years old, it was. All the big companies were like, oh, you can't steal music, you can't take stuff for free, that's appalling, we need to be able to make money. And now it's oh no, we need to be allowed to take everything for free now because that's how we're making money this time. And that's what really fucking winds me up.
I think
that's
ultimately...
the thing I still find, it just blows my mind that's fine, it seems. And nobody seems to be doing anything about that. The fact that these companies can wholesale just like rip off, just like copyrighted content, and nobody's doing anything about that.
Yes.
Yeah, they're basically getting in before the legislation, aren't they? And then like there will be one in years, but at that point it's like too late. As Digifo said, the genie's out of the bottle at that point. The horse is bolted. So, we can't take all that stuff we stole and take it out of our model. So I guess that's fine now.
I feel like if we just not to get on my soapbox or anything, but if universal basic income was a thing, I'd be like, good, let the computers do all the boring shit. I don't know, like, fine. Like, but that's not where we are. And it's people losing jobs that are having to find something to do. And there's an increasingly small amount of things left to do.
Pool, do you know what? It's really hard to talk about, actually, because I think people are very rightfully and very understandably emotional about conversations like this. And I don't work in the industry, so it's hard to pass comment. So it is like we are going into this conversation fully understanding that we could be seen as being ignorant here, and we are open to feedback in the feedback. If you've got an opinion on this, please do get in touch and we'll discuss it.
Unless it's about crypto.
We will not discuss that now. No, that is
what?
Well, this is because again, the talk about like inevitability. People like the same people were saying that like NFTs were the future.
No, this is different. This is definitely
no,
different.
I know. It's just it's like if you do really have a problem with something, like I think it's okay to be like, no, it doesn't have to be inevitable if we all agree it's shit and we can just move on. But yeah, like obviously the use case for some AI stuff is much clearer than it ever was for NFTs.
But it's also, I mean, I see it like in the university sector where I work, like how it's like completely taking over like in various aspects of this, and it's not just students using it. You've got also like teachers as well, like using it as well to like plan lessons and all sorts of
to
stuff.
mark
it's
papers.
Like,
and like, is there a, because again, part of me, like, as much as I don't like some of this stuff, I do think it's an opportunity for us to be like, well, why are we asking each other to do so much boring stuff in the first place? Do you know what I mean? It's like if people are so able to like effectively use it for the creation of essays and stuff, it's like, well, then does that mean that the original request was boring and unnecessary? And do you know what I mean?
No, because I think especially like it's I'd really disagree with that, because I think
I'm sort of playing devil's advocate.
You know, like the idea of like actually like building like an essay and like putting stuff together is a skill in itself, which is a useful skill, and it's also a useful skill for for wiring how your brain thinks and all that sort of stuff as well. And it's tragic, I think, if people are starting to lose that. Because,
I mean, this is definitely making us dumber because people add a prompt in rather than doing some actual kind of critical thinking or brainstorming or whatever. It is going to make us dumber.
Yep.
And then everyone will be like happy with good enough, as we see in some of the other sectors.
Anyway, FromSoftware are apparently in advanced development on an unannounced project alongside the Duskbloods. So it turns out that there's a new game that's coming which has got the code name FMC. And the person who leaked this, who's called MP First, has noted that previous Dark Souls games and also Armored Core games have had this abbreviation starting with F. So Dark Souls 3 was FDP, and Dark Souls Remastered was FHD, and Armored Core 6 was FNR.
No, that's full HD. They've just got the resolution.
Yeah.
Stuff.
But by contrast, like Sekiro was like NTCG and Elden Ring was GR as well. So the speculation is this is either a Dark Souls or Armored Core series game. And,
I mean, okay.
No, if it's got,
they're wildly different. I've texted you what I think FMC stands for. I think you can just check my text there, and that's my prediction.
I don't think it's going to be that.
I bet it is that.
I don't think it's going to be that.
We should probably read it out now.
Well, no, because I'm editing. I can't be bothered. Never guess what the C stands for, guys.
I mean, Xbox Era Podcast reckons it's going to be a Dark Souls 3 remaster.
This sounds more like a Farley's Fantasy Zone, doesn't it, than a proper news story?
Well, it was on a proper website called Eurogamer.
Okay.
So slow news, mate.
I mean, I'd be delighted if it's more Armored Core. Obviously, I wasn't expecting another one for another 10 years.
Yeah, it feels a bit
whatever,
soon for that.
Yeah,
maybe it is Bloodborne 2. Maybe it's Bloodborne 60 frames. Who knows?
Probably not. Speaking of slow news, Zelda and Link's movie actors have been revealed. So we know who they're going to be now. It's so 60-year-old British actor Benjamin Evan Ainsworth is going to be Link, and Bo Bragason is going to be Zelda in it. And apparently,
I don't know these people.
No, I'm not familiar with their work.
So Benjamin Evan Ainsworth was the voice of Pinocchio in Disney's live-action remake.
Oh,
Like I said, I'm not familiar with the work.
Yeah. And Bo Bragason was in Three Girls and the Jessie, and also Renegade Nell, which was on Disney Plus.
That name is so cool, Bo Bragason.
Yeah,
that is brilliant.
It does. They look the part, don't they?
Yeah.
To be fair,
I think that's safe to say. They look.
I think the actor playing Zelda more so than the actor playing Link, but I mean makeup and costume and stuff.
Link. I mean, what does Link look like? It's
it's like an elfish boy,
little guy. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, we've spoken about this at length. I'm incredibly worried about this, but
I think this is going to be really, really bad.
If they manage to thread the needle on this and make it great, then they have, give them all kind of Pride of Britain awards. I don't know what it takes. Like, there's so many opportunities for this to be bad, but hey, I'm obviously excited about it.
According to, it says, I mean, this is from VGC, so it says, according to movie industry insider Daniel Rickman, this is going to be part of a trilogy. There's going to be three films as part of this, because all the actors have been signed for 3 films planned over 6 years.
Awesome. We get Majora's Mask in there. We get Wind Waker, where they change the style.
It would be Ocarina of Time, obviously.
Tears.
No, I wouldn't do a Link's Awakening because that would be a completely pointless film in a trilogy. Skyward Sword and Breath of the Wild. That's the 3 that I would probably go with, right?
They'll do something original, surely.
No. What about the Wii
it's not fun to discuss,
one?
Is it?
What was the Wii archery game? We had
I remember that.
Link's crossbow training.
Yeah, crossbow training. I think that's going to be one of the movies for sure.
And I was thinking of the, on the Wii U on Nintendo Land, the sort of the multiplayer one where one person had the bow and arrow and the rest were the sword fighters. That's a film. You make that into a film easy.
Yeah.
What if they turn around and go, actually, we're basing them
sure.
all on the Hyrule Warriors games?
Fucking hell.
Horrendous.
I would die. I would just be so happy if they did that.
Yeah, and the second one, you'd watch the first 15 minutes and recognise everything, and then nothing after that, and still claim it's the greatest.
God, and the
film
soundtrack
ever made.
was all just metal versions of Zelda.
Is that it for the news?
Yeah, I mean, just on that, a lot of people were hoping it's going to be Hunter Schafer, and the pictures side by side, like holy shit, like she looks exactly like
100%.
Zelda, but wasn't the case.
Never mind.
Well, he's done it again. Okay, it's he's done it again. He's done it again, that Harry Cray. He's fucking done it again. Let's get on to what you've been playing. There has been a big release this week. Just to let you know, every now and then a game comes along and we impose a radio silence on it, which means none of us can tweet or message social media saying what we think of it. And also, we're not allowed to message each other saying anything about the game. I was worried that my picture of Super Donkey Kong's arse on Blue Sky was maybe breaking that. But I think I got away with it. I'm happy with it.
I did see that. Yeah. I thought, David thinks this game is arse.
Yeah.
Where do we even start? Where do we start with this? It's Donkey Kong Bonanza is, if you don't know, the Switch 2 game that I think people are waiting for. Mario Kart was great when it came out, but that game is not a single player experience. It's very much a multiplayer game. And this was the first time that Nintendo brought out a game on the Switch 2 and went, right, no, this is something you can sink your teeth into, like in a big way. Came out last Thursday. It is made by the team that bought, is it Mario Galaxy as well as Odyssey?
I don't know.
No, I think it's just Odyssey.
porting has been about Odyssey. Maybe they did another one.
Okay, I thought read a couple of articles that the team also did Galaxy or Galaxy 2, one of the two. I think it was two different teams for those. But anyway, I mean, from my point of view, I was just get this out of the way. I think it is fucking unbelievably good, and I am completely arms I mentioned when I played Kingdom Come this is the year where my arms were tensing as I was so excited. No, Doom, wasn't it? It was Doom, where I could feel my arms tensing up where I was so excited to play it. It is insanely overwhelming when you first start because you feel like you've got this massive amount of freedom to just fucking smash everything up. You don't really know what the goal is or what you're supposed to be doing. There's part of you going, am I supposed to be digging as far deep as I possibly can go everywhere? Am I supposed to be doing that, or am I supposed to?
But that's... Sorry, go on.
And then for me anyway, about 30 minutes in, a switch went and goes in my head, and it just went, just do what you want. Just do what you want. And then you go, oh, fuck, everything I'm doing is fun. At this point, when I'm not worrying about where I'm supposed to be going or doing, everything I'm doing is insanely good fun. And that hasn't stopped. Let's just get a quick gauge of where we're at. I am on sub-level 1020, I think.
Okay, you're further down than I am then.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
200.
Okay. Matt?
Yeah, I can tell. I'm probably 2 hours in. Basically, I'm in the first main kind of area that's not the tutorial section.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm 220 bananas in, I think. And what was amazing was after my first couple of nights on it, I got to sub-level 300 or whatever. And then I had to go to work, and I came back. It must have been after the first night. And then I came back, and Charlie was playing it, and he was on the first level, and he had done. I was like, "Where did you get that? How did you do this? How did you even get there?" And it was like he was just happy to just spend hours just smashing up one level and discovering everything. But there's also part of my brain that's going, I know how Odyssey works, and I know that once I complete the game, I've got loads of stuff to come back to and sweep up. So I'm quite happy to sort of press on. But I've still spent a fuck ton of time on it. I can't tell you how long, but I've spent a lot of time on this game.
See, that's kind of where I'm at with it as well. I'm not as far in. I think I'm at sub-level 500 or something like that, around there. It's there's the divide bit. And where you get the choice basically to
go to. How good is that? Right, okay. Before you go to that, shout out to our listeners. We will try and keep this as spoiler free as possible. However, we understand that people have different thresholds for spoilers. So if you are ultra sensitive to spoilers, I may suggest, and you're playing this game, may I suggest where we're up to now. May I suggest that you skip forward if you don't want anything spoiled. However, we will do our best to sort of talk around things, but. There's your fair warning. We will slip up. We have different thresholds for spoilers than you guys do. So, the Divide, when you got there, that cemented it as a top tier Nintendo game for me. Yeah. Simply because of the music and the atmosphere in that area. I was like, oh, there's so much more to this than I thought. And that was really cool, even though it's kind of irrelevant. But it's I love the atmosphere of the Divide.
See, I had the same kind of reaction, I think, when I first started this to you, maybe, in that I felt completely overwhelmed at the start. Mostly because I'm somebody who really enjoys collecting stuff, and with the whole terrain seemingly completely hiding, just loads of things.
So funny,
I'm just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. This is ridiculous.
I thought it was rubbish, the opening for that. Because I thought, because there's too much happening. Am I supposed to be, as someone who would often like to kind of completely clear an area, so I know I've got everything, then moving on. It's like, hang on, there's, I could go in any direction. When do I stop? I just found it quite frustrating. Also, I'm like, it's just like a button mashing game. I thought it was like a really terrible start for me.
What I think is really clever about this is that usually, the smashing the terrain up is very cool and fun, and there's loads of things to be found. But the actual critical path involves very little of it. The smashing things up is it'll never come up on the screen being like, right, now smash a load of shit up or smash through this entire mountain to get to the next bit. There's always like an obvious path, and the smashing shit up is mostly kind of optional.
Exactly.
And
that's what's cool because
that changes the deeper you get in. That does change, and the smashing and stuff is cool. But,
yeah, I mean,
but can I give an example of what you mean, Sean? So there's a level in this game that has like lasers, and the lasers are like fully covering your path, and you're like, it's one of those. It's like I need to get from here to there. I can't jump over that, and I thought, oh, if I dig down, I can just go underneath them, and I thought, hey, how cool is that? I've worked that out. And of course, that's what you're supposed to do. But it feels naughty because you're digging down into the terrain just to go, these aren't an obstacle anymore, you know. But clearly that's what they want you to do. But it's that, isn't it? It's when it comes to smashing stuff up and digging stuff, I think initially you think, am I supposed to be doing this as much as possible? And the answer that you quickly work out is no. But if you want to,
it's as much
you
as
can,
you want.
and it's fucking fun.
Yeah. See, what I found, Matt, I just started, because as I said, I felt overwhelmed at the beginning. But then I was just like, okay, I'm just going to like follow some of these objectives and do that instead. And then so you start doing that. But then I kept finding myself just getting distracted by like, well, that over there looks pretty interesting. And I'm just going to go and have a look at that.
Yeah, you can seem to go everywhere. I mean, it improves way more when you get to the actual kind of proper game after that tutorial area. But I
don't get the tutorial thing. I thought the tutorial was really well done.
Well,
I think it funneled you to an area. And then
it did tell you where to go and who to talk to. But as someone who's like, okay, I want to make sure this is all kind of clean or collected or everything's done, I'm like, I can go in every direction. I just didn't like it and just felt way too button mashing. Like, after a while, I was just hammering wide so much. I'm like, this can't be the game. I mean, I knew the game was going to be good. I watched just one trailer. You know, I didn't need to see too much. But I'm like, have I misjudged this? This isn't just a hammering wide game, is it? Surely it isn't. It's made by the Mario Galaxy or Mario Odyssey team. But like now I'm in the main game. It obviously clearly is different. I just think the tutorial left a bad taste in my mouth.
James, go, because this is what?
No, sorry, it's killing me. Like
why? Sid, why?
Because it's not like that's okay. It's not just like mashing Y or whatever, like to get around. I mean, first of all, you've got different directions that you can like, you know, you can
go up and
move
down
like
and
around the
left to right,
place. But also, like, I really would say you can't go into this just thinking. You can't go into this just thinking I'm going to completely clear everything in an area before I move on.
Yeah, that would be mad.
I do realise that now, but that was what my first thing was. I was like, wow, this is
fucking mad, Matt. That is mad. To walk into that room, but like I suppose.
But I was getting coins and stuff everywhere. I was like, wow, if like the numbers going up, I sure need to clear as much as possible. Like maybe I will try and like clear this area, but it's like too much, too overwhelming. I'll just do the objectives.
Goes when you're smashing stuff up like that. Because you go into this and go, oh, is the objective to completely clear the level of everything you can smash?
No, I didn't mean that.
Within 5 seconds, you're going, oh no, clearly that's not the case because there's so much of it. Like, there's no way you can possibly smash everything.
It just made me feel uneasy. I don't know. I would want to like make sure that area is complete. If you're a bit, I mean, I'm a completionist in some aspects. I just felt like, there's just so much areas I haven't collected or looked at. There's probably loads of coins I haven't got. That's probably going to massively help me. Maybe I should have collected more than I've actually got in the end. I wasn't clear about how much I needed to really smash up or not.
Okay,
and
well,
in the end, I sort of went through it. I know I'm in the main game now. I know that's not the case, but I just think as an opener, I didn't like. It just didn't. I know it's not a Mario game, but Mario games are so prescriptive and they feel great instantly for me. I was like, what is this? But now in the main game, it feels.
Yeah, I'm with you, James. This felt amazing.
In the main game, it feels better, and maybe it's just me like getting used to the controls and the various things. But as an intro, I didn't like it. Anyway, apart from that, it looks gorgeous.
I mean, in Matt's defense, like clearly in a game where, like in a genre where typically it's like there's a terrain, you work around that, and that's that. Clearly, a game where you can smash through it is like there's a removing of the guardrails there, and that for some people that will take some adjustment. I think. I thought the tutorial was fine, but I think it's fair to be like, no, there is an adjustment period here.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's why I said, like, when I went into it, I was so overwhelmed because there are so many collectibles and there is so much terrain around you. And I thought, fucking hell, like, what am I supposed to be doing then? Digging down everywhere and shunning. But it was very quickly obvious that it was like, no.
And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Sorry, James. I'm sure I'm not the only one who does, like, when you're in a game, we all must do, surely. There's two paths. I'm like, okay, well, I think that one's probably the main path, so I'm going to go down this one just to make sure I don't miss anything. There might be like a hidden objective or something. And then once that's cleared and I'm looked to that, then I'll go down to the main path. Here, I'm like, well, if I fall down and there's like multiple levels in the tutorial section, I'm like, am I going to miss out on something really cool up here, which I haven't gone to yet? I just felt
go back later.
Yeah, you need to accept that you're going to miss
that
stuff.
Funny?
Like, yeah.
Because what you're saying, Matt, I totally get it, right? You're not wrong. It's the way you feel, and that's what you're expressing. Mm-hmm. Everything you're saying to me is what I found exciting about it. I was like, fucking hell, there's so many things that I can do. Where the fuck do I start? And if I miss that, I've got to go back and do this. And I've got shit, I walk past that. What's that? Go back to that later. For me, that's what my love of this game is. Like, it's full of wonder. It's full of, where the fuck do I go next? How do I tackle this puzzle? Like, there are so many different ways of doing things all the way through. I broke the fucking game at one point. I broke the sequencing of the game, and I won't talk about it this week because it involves stuff that people might find spoilery, but I can't wait to talk to you about it, James. You're not there yet. Mm-hmm. But there's a thing that you're supposed to do and another thing you're supposed to do, and I skipped the other thing you were supposed to do, and it was only me going, do you know what? I think I may have broken the sequencing of this game. So one thing that I'm extremely excited about is when people get into, speed running this, because I bet there are some insane runs in this. Like, I bet it's insane. I mean, go on, James.
The thing has made me really excited about playing this is it does feel like Mario Odyssey in the sense that I'm most excited about finishing this and then going back and doing sections of it repeatedly, as I did with Mario Odyssey, to pick up all the stuff that I missed, the first time round, and eventually getting everything. Like, this is a game I'm going to want 100%.
Because, like, with Odyssey, you could play that from start to finish, in inverted commas, and be like, that was fine. Well, what's the big deal? But the joy in Mario Odyssey is, like, realizing how many fucking moons are tucked into wrinkles in the levels that you didn't even see the first time, and I think this repeats that.
And also, like, the creativity of some of the stuff in it is incredible as well. Like, those like little missions that you do, like where you like break into like the sort of little like triangle pyramid shaped places.
There's two sets of side missions, isn't there? There's battle arenas, which is one banana for each one. Your time to beat a certain amount of bad guys, and then there's the ones that reflect the sort of void levels from Super Mario Odyssey, where there are 3 bananas to get in each stage. 2 of them are usually on the main path of the puzzle, and one of them is like a secret hidden one that you have to look around everywhere in this puzzle to try and find. That's in this, and they work extremely well, don't they, James?
Yeah, they're brilliant, like really brilliant. And like there was so I can't say anything about any of them, can I? It's which really is annoying.
Probably not. I think we can go into a little bit more specifics next week.
Yeah.
But I think, it only came out Thursday, so I don't really want to be talking about specific puzzles or any of those power-ups that you get along the way that you clearly, that explains what the word Bananza means in the game. But I don't know. It's right. Okay. So we will get into other aspects of this game. We're sort of generally talking about our overall feelings of the game. So I did want to talk about this because I've heard a lot of podcasts, a lot of articles and stuff compare this to Mario Odyssey. Where does it sit in the world of top tier Nintendo platformers? Where you're talking about Mario Odyssey, Mario Galaxy and stuff. Now, Mario Odyssey is a 10 out of 10 for me. It's one of my favorite games on the Switch. And it's impossible to compare that to this at this point, simply because I remember Mario Odyssey as the game where I got 999 moons and spent the majority of the time post credits. And here I'm not at the credits yet, so I haven't seen the post game stuff, and I've heard there is post game stuff in this game. So I'm looking forward to all that sort of stuff to then have a direct comparison. But what I will say, from the start of Odyssey to the credits, and what I've played of the main game of this, I'm enjoying this more than I did my run through to the credits on Mario Odyssey. I think I said at the time, Mario Odyssey was an 8 out of 10 for me until I got to the post-game stuff.
Yeah.
Whereas this is already 9, 10. Like, it is fucking so much fun to play. It is full of beautiful animations, brilliant ideas throughout. I spent way too much time on it over this weekend because I could not put it down. Like, I genuinely could. At no point was I bored and thinking, oh god, okay, I'm done for a bit or whatever. It was like, it felt like when I played Astrobot, or not even intense. Like, it was more intense with this. I was like, I need to fucking just play this every second I get the chance to, because I'm so excited about it. I'm having such a good time playing it. It's nuts.
And this does to me feel like, I mean, it feels to me like top tier, like Nintendo. As in, it feels like it's. I'm not saying it's as good as these games, but it does feel like it's within the range of like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey and stuff like that to me. Like in terms of design and in terms of like how much there is to do and how just fun like this is to play. It feels like in that sort of league to me at the moment.
Yeah, totally for me as well. I mean, when I talk about the best Nintendo platformers and Astrobot, like, it's easily up there with those for me. It's easily up there, and it's less platforming. It's less of a platforming game. There's not actually too many, if any, hard platforming moments so far. It's more like an action game, I guess. But everything you're doing is insanely fun, and everything you're discovering, as you said, like, I can see why you found it intimidating, Matt, that when you were digging through the dirt, there was coins everywhere and shit to collect. And it is hilarious. Like, you can pretty much jump. The amount of times I've just jumped off a random ledge, smashed into the ground, and there's a treasure chest there. And I'm like, what the fuck? They must be everywhere. Or I'd love to know how many of them are placed there, or if they're...
I think they're generated, because you can get costumes that increase the odds of them appearing.
Okay. So we'll get into the costume stuff in a minute. I know that some collectibles are in specific places, like, for example, the fossils that you use to spend in the shops. But we're talking about sort of not meaningless collectibles, but collectibles where it's not like there are a million of these in the game and you have to collect all a million of them. You're not going to be looking for the last one of these golden orbs, like, you're just not, because there's so many of them. Same with these chips, the sort of coin things. I don't think there'll be there's 500 of them in the level. You've got to find every one. But I think the collectibles that you're working towards are the fossils and bananas, right? Which are the replacements for the moons. Which, I mean, goddamn, look, as much as I love the animations in various Mario games where you're collecting the item you're supposed to, these are the best animations for collecting things. The fact that he says, "Ooh, banana," never gets old. The fact that when you're one of the alternative options in the game, shall we say, without spoiling it, the pose that produces is fucking hilarious. Every time we get a new one of those, we're like, I can't wait to get a banana to see what the fuck this one does to the camera when you unlock it. It's that shit is just absolutely fantastic. But the one aspect of the game that really took me by surprise was not the writing, but the relationship you have with my mind's drawing a blank.
Pauline,
cool. The relationship you have with Pauline is like, I actually fucking love it. Like, it would be so easy for Pauline's barks and hints and all that to get really old and tedious really quickly, and it just doesn't, because it really feels like Pauline and DK have this connection, and that makes the whole difference. And they've built that up, because, you know, this is a new Pauline. This is not the Pauline from the other games where this is a child version of Pauline, and Pauline's shy and embarrassed, and she wants to sing but not in front of people and stuff. And I could be wrong here, but it feels like her chatter goes up as you get deeper into the game, because it feels like the connection's building, and there are these moments where you sleep to regain health, and you can decide whether to ignore Pauline. I'm assuming I've never chosen that option.
No, me neither.
Like she goes, DK, you still awake? And you can either say or ZZZ, and I'm assuming ZZZ means I don't want to do the chat a bit, and I just want to. I would never choose that because the conversation's always really sweet between. It's just Pauline talking really, but then that even reflects in the animation. So the bits where there are certain cutscenes and stuff where Donkey Kong looks less protective of Pauline and more sort of proud. Like, she's with me. Not, you are not going to touch Pauline. It's like, no, this is my mate. Fuck you. We're mates.
A team.
And like, it's fucking so well done because that must be so easy to fuck up and they didn't. So all that shit, I don't know, man. It's so hard. There's so much going on in my head when I'm thinking about this game. As someone that likes to talk about video games on a critical level, I'm really struggling to get across how much I love it and the reasons for that. And the only thing that I can say is that every moment I'm playing it, I've got a smile on my face and I'm having fun. And there's not many games that achieve that at all.
For me, it's one of those games where it's like the rare kind of games where it's like I finish playing, put the controller down and then walk away, and then 10 minutes later I'm like, I want to go back to that now.
Yeah,
and
totally.
just continue playing because it's just really fun.
I can't believe how much time I've lost to just being like, I'm just going to smash into that wall and see if there's anything there. And 10 minutes later, I'm still just because it feels great. And there's like you say, there's just enough. Oh yeah, there's a bit of gold came out of that wall. Fine. Occasionally, I'll stumble into a secret. In terms of just design, fucking wizardry, the way the camera behaves when you're underground, it just works. And
it works, but also feels like it breaks sometimes because there are moments where you can just see things off into the distance through the terrain.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that intentional or have I just gone too deep into the core here?
Yeah. I like the fact that like all the different materials in the game, it's never like hugely complex, but there are different properties for each. Like
you can identify them, can't you?
Yeah, and like Isaac was playing it and he realized that like the leaves on some he'd seen some trees and they only had like big bunches of leaves on them, and he realized that he could pull them off and grab them, and then if he threw them at other leaves they would stick, and he built himself like a fucking treehouse.
That is fucking
carved
incredible.
out like a little hole in it and sort of built like a bridge over to to land with the like just throwing more of these bits of grass at it.
That all stays as well, doesn't it? So if you go back to that layer,
yeah.
I think it all stays, which is fucking mind blowing. How they achieve that, but.
Well, I was going to say, like, what do you think of this technically? Because I've been playing it pretty much only docked, and I mean, there's occasionally, I found like very occasionally, there's a little bit of slowdown or whatever, but in general, I think it's really impressive.
It seems really solid, and that plus the whole terrain thing, like, that's the reason you don't see more of this stuff is because it's fucking hard to do. Like, so the fact that they've got it, like, I don't know, the Switch 2's only been out 5 minutes. But part of me is like the fact that this looks like this and runs like this and has all this terrain stuff on a handheld console. Is
we know the difference between the Switch 2 and current gen consoles is quite big in terms of power and grunt and everything.
Yeah.
Look, I in terms of performance, this is not the Zelda top-down games from the Switch, right? But it's not Mario Odyssey. Like Mario Odyssey dipped in one or two places. This drops frames semi-regularly.
It's that often.
Trust me, you are about to get to a boss fight that is, you will laugh at how fucking ropey it is. Like it's that they show.
We're
that
not talking like Bowser's Fury levels of.
No, Bowser's Fury was a solid 30.
That was a lot 30.
Yeah, but sometimes on the bosses, you're like really chugging when you turn the camera around. I remember.
Yeah, I think that was just a side thing rather than a frame rate thing. This is not unplayable. It's never unplayable, right? But there are aspects of it, like I can't wait for you to get to that boss fight because it's fucking funny, and I'm like, holy shit, this is not running well at all. And I think it is a cop out to say, actually, it's quite satisfying when you fuck stuff up so much that it drops frames. Like like when you used to fill up the elevator with proximity mines in James Bond and set it off and watch how it almost crashes because of how much it's trying to process the smoke or whatever. But like it is a cheat to say that, because it's sort of allowing them the the performance isn't great across the board. But it does kind of feel a bit like that. It's kind of like, look, I've done so much stuff in this bit. It is chugging a bit. That's quite funny. But no, it's not as bad as the Zelda top-down games. It is not as smooth as Mario Odyssey. But it is no way, in any way, like I got so pissed off with it in the Zelda games on the Switch, whereas here I haven't got pissed off with it once. There's been a few moments where you're like, oh, it's chugging a bit, and that's it. And then it drops back up. And I really hope they do smooth that stuff out over the next 6 months. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's so hard to describe how much I love this game and how much I'm enjoying playing it. I hope it keeps it up. Everything I've heard is that the final third of the game is unbelievable, is the best part of the game. And if that's the case, then this is going to be right up the top of the list when it comes to GOTY season for me. Kind of blew me away. And it's interesting to see that even, because James, you've been quite negative about Donkey Kong in the past, haven't you?
Yeah,
the character.
I have, yeah. This is comfortably the best Donkey Kong game I've ever played. For me, anyway. I'd say it beats. I love Donkey Kong Country. I just do. It's got a lot of nods to Donkey Kong Country in this, and the whole series, actually. There's some really cool stuff later on that you'll get to that is really clever. There's actually one bit of lore that I'm fascinated with that maybe we'll talk about after the show, because I don't want to spoil it. I'll tell you what.
I don't go into it.
No. I wish that they'd released Donkey Kong 64 on the Switch Online thing.
I never played it. Because
I'd love to go back, because I did. I've played that and finished it.
It's really
100%,
bad,
really.
and it's not a great game. Yeah,
no.
It was Rare at the apex of their collectathon sort of thing. It was ridiculous.
This is superb, and it is really funny watching how different Charlie is playing it to me.
Really?
Yeah, it is. He is getting so much money and spending it on items and stuff. It's absolutely, so many fossils and spending it on items that I can't have. So the items you can buy are outfits that I only just really recently realised change stats and stuff. I didn't even notice that when I was flicking through things and buying things, but that was pretty cool. But then there's also different colour fur. I'm currently rocking pure black fur with yellow dungarees. It's I love that. And a yellow and red tie. It's all stuff like that, which is directly taken from Odyssey. There's a lot of Odyssey in this game.
Even just the shop, and it's the fact there's a little wardrobe next to it where you get changed.
Exactly, all Odyssey themed.
Yeah.
I will say that the skill tree is one of the best skill trees I've seen in a game in recent years, simply because everything on that skill tree I want, and it's really making me go, should I just go on a fossil hunt for a bit? Because fucking hell, I want that power up, or I want to be able to punch harder, or I want to,
But equally, it does the platinum thing of just there's a little icon that's probably get this next.
Does it? I hadn't even noticed that.
Yeah, I assume that's what that
there's
means.
a little thing, a little sort of flare that they put on the icon. Which
I've just been doing my own thing. I've not even noticed that. I was like, right, I want that next, so I've been working towards that. The skill trees are linked to the bananas. The more bananas you and the bananas work in the same way as the moons did in Mario Odyssey, where it's they're even less important in this, aren't they? Because in Mario Odyssey you had to get 10 moons to progress to the next. You don't need to do that in this. But they're not hard to come by. They're pretty much anywhere, and
especially once you upgrade your skills a bit, so you can do the things that make it.
The sonar
I don't want to spoil anything.
No, you do the sonar stuff, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, once you've done that,
that's right at the start. It's fine. Yeah. Holy shit. What a game, Matt! I'm sorry you had a bad start with it, but stick with it.
I'm going to stick with it. I mean, I was busy playing something else, which we'll get to. But no, I mean, this is all. I want to play on my Switch too, so this is the one. I mean, obviously, it's got so many good reviews. So I was always going to push through the slight annoyance at the beginning, but I'm excited to probably get into like a Mario style game for the first time in ages. So yeah, can't wait.
Shout out to this as well. I don't know if Odyssey did this, but if you've got 2 controllers connected, and like so Charlie's been playing and he's like, oh, I don't know where to go. I can just pick up my controller and take control.
Oh,
So
really?
both controllers mode.
No, it's not co-op. It's got a co-op mode, but he's playing single player mode, and he goes, oh, I don't know where to go, so I just get my controller and then I take over. It's like taking control of it.
Oh,
so
great.
both the controllers are controlling the game in the same way.
Right.
So what a great idea, because that's just really helped him. Like when he's really struggling, doesn't know where to go. We turned assist mode on for him, so it just sort of gives him a nudge. But
what is co-op? I mean, is co-op mode? Who do you play as?
No
I mean, I also
I think you play as Pauline, don't you?
Yeah, Pauline
Okay.
can sort of shout at things.
Is it a lot less experience for the Pauline aspect, or they actually made
100%.
it?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I fucking can't wait to complete this game and find out what's next, because there's going to be tons next, and I can see myself, like, I already want to collect everything in this game. I want to get every fossil, get every outfit, get every banana. That's what I want to do with my life at the moment. It kills me that I'm not planning.
Quit my job.
Do we know exactly like that there are like a specific number of fossils in each level, or is it like...
there will be?
I think
because
fossils are placed. Yeah, they're not like the treasure chests or whatever.
And they're related to things that you can buy. It's a little bit annoying that fossils they're only specific to that shop, but that was how Mario Odyssey worked as well, wasn't it?
Well, it didn't, right? It was like every level had some stuff that you could just buy with normal coins, and then some stuff that we can only buy with the coins
right.
specific
It's half
to
and
that level.
half. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I fucking love it. We'll be talking about this for the next couple of weeks, I think. If you've got a Switch 2 and you haven't bought this, what are you doing? Like, it's the other Switch game. So you might as well fucking buy it. But the good news is that you will not be disappointed if you like this style of game. This is up there with the best of them. Genuinely up there with the best of them so far. I hope it maintains it in the post game. But
is it a Switch 2 exclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Since some footage or screenshots surfaced that apparently they were trying to get it running on the Switch 1 originally,
but there was something they said they couldn't do it.
Absolutely no chance. Which actually, I found out this week because the boys were trying to install the virtual game card on one of the Switch 1 that we've got in the house.
Nice try.
And I found my first issue with the virtual game card stuff.
Oh, go on.
So, whereas before, Harry and Charlie, who both have a Switch 1, could play Animal Crossing.
No, it's one at a time.
So Charlie could play it on his Switch, but he'd have to check to make sure that I wasn't playing it at the time. So that's fine. But Harry could play it on his Switch because I'd made his the sort of primary account or whatever. Now it's like, no, you can only link to one other Switch. So I've linked to Charlie's and given him the game card, and that's I don't know about loaning game card stuff yet, but again, he's not in my family group. I'm in James's family group at the moment. I think I'm gonna have to change that. But it is shit.
Yeah,
it's shit. They've made it worse. They've made it worse.
See, I prefer it, but that's my circumstances. Like,
I mean, it'd be perfect if it was
and,
just me and Harry or whatever. But it's also Charlie, and they're arguing because like Harry's like, well, I'm gonna have to use Charlie's Switch because I want to play Animal Crossing, and Charlie's like, no, you've got that one now, and they're just like, it's causing rows. And I'm like, fuck this. Like, honestly, fuck this.
That's what Nintendo wanted.
Well, what they want is for him to buy another copy of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, they want me to just go and buy another copy of Animal Crossing, and that's bullshit. Like, that is shit. It's
we've got bit of a tangent. Minecraft. I have a Realms Plus subscription because Isaac and me have a realm that we play on together. But he really likes, obviously, looking at all the Realms Plus stuff on the marketplace. So really, he should have the subscription. But then I don't think I can like our current realm is on my subscription. I don't think I can just transfer it to him So he's always wanting to look at Realms Plus.
You might be able.
I think you can only do it on the Xbox. And can you move? Can you do that?
I think you can do that because I've had all of this with my kids like over this, and I mean at the moment I've got Asher is now trying to set up like a realm in Java now. And he was trying to. Do you know what he was trying to do? I came in the other day, and he was trying to install server software on our computer because he was just going to leave it running on our computer all the time. To people.
That was what I did back in the day. I had an old laptop, and I just and it was just sit in a corner, and it would just have the the Minecraft server text.
That's what Walmart did. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Into that.
Dave, it's free.
Oh, sorry.
He was like, it's free. It's free to do it. And I was like, yes, I know. But it also means that then it causes me lots of problems when I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah. Dave, were you in the Rollmuck server, the Minecraft one where someone accidentally set fire to the forest and almost burst laughing?
No, the one that I remember was the big glass cathedral that we all built. And then someone just went and smashed it up one day.
I don't remember that specifically, but I remember it's like,
I remember the glass cathedral because we built the football stadium.
I remember the glass cathedral. I wasn't there on the night it got smashed up or whatever, but I remember it being built or people building it. But I wasn't there on the night.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there when it was built, but it was. I was there when it was smashed up. The morning it was smashed up.
Yeah,
we're all trying to find the guy that did this. Because we built the football stadium, didn't we? And then we built Chasers. That's where Chasers.
I was trying to remember the name of your nightclub. Yeah,
Chasers.
Well, of course, Chasers from The Office.
Didn't we have a massive underground aquarium as well? There's a big underground thing, wasn't there?
There was a big lava dance floor.
That as well, yeah.
Yeah, it was all underground. We had DJ.
We had to stop, didn't we? Had to stop because it was affecting my wedding at the time because I was. Going to bed at 4 a.m. on a Saturday morning. It's like, this is stupid. What the hell are we doing with our lives? Yeah, we should actually.
I said to Harry the other day, Harry's like, you played Minecraft the year it come out, didn't you? I was like, yep. I remember we paid like £3 for it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because technically we played it years before it.
Yeah, like Alpha, like 2009, 9, yeah.
And I remember specifically Wednesday, we got it on a Wednesday. We stayed up till 4:30 in the morning. We had to go to work the next day, and I said we were texting each other all day saying we can't. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, this is embarrassing.
We logged on the Thursday night, 4:30. No, so that was the Tuesday night. Sorry. Then we logged on the Wednesday night, stayed up till 4:30 in the morning again, and we just, what is the fucking matter with us? I remember sending photos of fucking Monster energy drinks.
Yeah, it was something in the fridge. Yeah, and then also like in your line of work, like architecturally stuff, you were like doing plans for Chasers. Like this is not just what should we do
or may not have had. That might not have happened actually officially.
No, I mean outside of work hours.
Yeah, I was sending you fucking
like, how about these? Like fucking
I've still got all the drafting sheets.
Yeah. Oh my god!
I was chatting with Isaac today because he was talking about how he hates Enderman, and I was like, mate, they weren't in the game for a long time, and when they added them, I was like, I don't think I want to. I had to stop playing for a bit because I was freaky as fuck.
And then on that Thursday night, we said, no, seriously, we're not doing it anymore. And Joe was like, you need to stop. And then we said, look, we'll just do an hour. And that was like 9 o'clock. And we played till 4:30 in the morning again. And we had to physically, we had to uninstall the game because it was too much.
Too much too soon.
Yeah. It's good, isn't it, Minecraft?
Good fun.
It's a good game, yeah. It's good fun. Yeah. Should we do Death Stranding?
Yeah, I
One
finished
or two.
it. Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go on, Matt.
Death Stranding 2, I finished it. I mean, the reason I basically barely played Donkey Kong is because I've been obsessed with this game. And I think last week I was on like 30 hours played, and I finished today at 64 hours played.
Cool. Should we get to questions, Sean?
What do you think of Death Stranding 1? No. Yeah, I mean, I won't talk because talked too much last week. But I absolutely loved it. It's such a gorgeous game. I think the performances are great. Apart from that, so Elle Fanning is one of the very well-known actors in it, but she basically kind of does not a lot at all character-wise. I don't quite know what happened there. Like, so many of the characters are larger in life. I mean, like Troy Baker's character is fantastic once again. But Elle Fanning's character doesn't really do an awful lot. Story-wise, it's absolutely bonkers. I now need to download and listen to like a million spoiler casts to say like what really did happen. But yeah, I think if you didn't like the first one, you're probably not going to like the second one. But if you like the first, you're going to love the second one. And I came to the first one late. This one I've got in like week 1, and yeah, I absolutely loved it. It's like there's a lot of things that could be. So what?
How long did it take you? Do you know?
I said earlier it's 64 hours.
Oh fuck! Sorry, man. Okay.
Really good.
Death Stranding 64.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, I think when Adam was on the show, he said like he mainlined it as 55, and I've seen a lot of people do it in some people do it in like 30 odd hours. I mean, I wasn't mainlining it. I mean, I was sorry if I saw like some deliveries which were roughly along the way, I'm like, well, I might as well do them, and then I'll go and I'll deliver them. I was like, well, I might as well collect these as well and go slightly out of my way. So I guess I wasn't like going literally from main order to main order. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. Brilliant. Death Stranding 1, Sean.
And you're still cracking on with Death Stranding 1, are you?
I am. I really like it. It's like, like we were talking about last week, I was like, right, I think I'm sort of breaking through now. Still a lot of tutorials, bit annoying, etc., etc. So I've just got to Port Knot City. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I mean, it was a fucking ordeal, but like, yeah, just that feeling of getting to the next place and it being really arduous.
The A to B is just what's the most satisfying about it. Like doing deliveries is just brilliant. I mean, almost like another cutscene or a boss fight. I just want to go from A to B and try and work out a route, try and delete, defeat the enemies or run away from the enemies along the way.
I think like it really helps that I've now got like a half decent toolkit for dealing with like mules and BTs and stuff.
Okay, cool.
I'm sort of at peace with what I do and don't understand in the story as well.
Yeah.
Like this, people keep going on about the beach. Still don't really understand what the beach is.
We're all connected to the beach, Sean. We're all connected to the beach.
But I'm kind of like, yeah, I've stopped worrying about not knowing some stuff. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's weird because I'm still being spurred on by like I'm really enjoying the first one, but also excited to get onto the second one if that PS5 purchase goes through, because like Instagram has twigged that I'm a big Death Stranding guy now. And like so on my search page it's like here's Death Stranding memes or just like clips from streams and stuff. Now
I hate this, Sean. Can I just say I hate this because you were on my side for a bit about Kojima and now it feels like you're not again.
I know, sorry.
Now I'm on my own.
No, there's still stuff that's absolute wank. The fucking advert for Norman Reedus's motorbike telly show when he gets in the shower.
Really
what
bad,
the fuck is that? Although it doesn't have Monster Energy in it anymore. That got taken out, didn't it? I think they must have had a.
Oh, really? So in the first one, so in the second one, it's Chiral Tea, which is a.
Oh,
I don't think it's a brand.
Well, so in the first game, it's now Bridges Energy.
Oh, right. So that was just literally like a limited brand deal. Okay. Shame.
But but I've been seeing, and it's my own fault for clicking on them. These like some fairly sort of mechanically quite big spoilers. Some of the combat stuff, I'm not going to spoil it, obviously, but I've just it's obviously spoilers. Usually, I'm not keen on, but it's one of those rare examples where I've just seen things that people are doing in that game. I'm just like, holy shit! I can't wait to get to that point. It's
in number 2, you mean?
Yeah.
Just
the most absurd shit. Like, I can't spoil it. But yeah, absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, it's satisfying as hell when when you got like a base and you can obviously go in and start shoot everyone. But like earlier today or maybe over the last few days, like when like totally stealthed everyone, and it's just so bloody satisfying. Like there's a gun called the Boka gun, BOKA, where you basically like it's not lethal, but it just fires a wire essentially, and you can tie people up by their feet and they'll go down and you can punch them, or if you hit them in the head they get knocked out unconscious straight away. So I was trying to get people to come over where I was, fire, and then other people say, oh, I think one of the guards has gone, and I did a whole base that way. It's just immensely satisfying. There's also a lot of like MGS5 a lead on from that, like all the stuff we used to do. What's it called where you could fire this thing at someone and like take them up in the air, and it's really, really funny.
Oh, the Fulton recovery.
Yeah, Fulton. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff like it's clearly built on a lot of the same premise, and it's just fun as hell.
There's definitely like a good period, the first sort of 10 hours or whatever of the first game where I just really wanted a weapon to deal with the mules and stuff. So every time I'd like go to a base or whatever and give them some materials, and they go, "Oh, I've got something for you." And every time I'm like, "Gun."
Yeah.
Once I eventually got one, it is like game changing. And now I've got like the bike up and running, and like setting up a little network of chargers for that and stuff. It's fucking great.
It's just really satisfying as hell, like getting all the resources. Like, okay, you see these are auto pavers and they build the roads. You see other things for monorails. I'm like, okay, I've seen a few on my way. I've taken loads of pictures using my phone of the screen where it just said, oh, you need 320 metals and 600 alloys. Or, okay, brilliant. I'm going to go to that nearest base, collect them all, go back, build the road, build the monorail. It's just, there were lots of things which kind of annoyed me. Like, I don't think it's that easy to find out about the total weight you've got across your backpack and your vehicle. So I spend most of my time in like the off-road cruisers, like this 4-wheel drive thing, and burn across most of the game using that. But you can pick up loads of stuff on the ground, and then you get to your vehicle and you can't get in the vehicle, you can't drive it because your weight on your back versus combined with the stuff in the car goes too much. So I'm like, okay, well, Unless I'm blind, and I think generally does a pretty good job UI-wise, even lots of complicated features and settings and sorting and all manner of ways to configure your cargo. But I couldn't find a way to know exactly, so I'm like, okay, I'll drop this thing that's 20, go, oh no, I can't drive still. Drop it 40, no, I still can't drive. 60, I can. Can I get another 10 on there if I go back? It's just, no, I found that a bit, that wasn't, unless it's in there and I missed it, I don't think it was. But yeah, it wasn't, there was definitely some kind of annoyance, but generally I just love the whole thing really. James, you haven't played any more?
I've not. Sorry, I just had my fan on because I'm really, really hot. And
the nation waits for his response.
Do you feel like you will or not?
No, I definitely will. It's just I started playing Donkey Kong and got kind of like stuck into that. But yeah, I will play. I'll finish it at some point. It's just it was all about the Donkey Kong this week.
Okay, that is what we've been playing this week. Let's get some questions. Matt is, what is it? Matt, engage Matt, because it is 1 hour 41 minutes.
No, I'm too hot. We can call it a day now.
If you want to send us a question, go to tcgs.co/dear TCGS. Maria Mendieta says, dear TCGS, TCGS contact patches made of Lego. The internet service was down in my area over the weekend. While there's complicated elements of work, it was the effect it had on leisure that disturbed me. What would your evening of gaming look like if there was a week-long internet blackout? Keep up the astounding work. Sincerely, Maria.
It's harder to do these days. It's way harder to do because
the Xbox is a write-off.
Much, a non-thing.
The Switch is
this would impact me no way whatsoever because I mostly only play single-player games anyway.
Yeah, but some of them now still require some kind of like login, check into the service. So today, Elodie wanted to play Minecraft. And she instantly had an update. She's like, no, don't need an update. And then she couldn't log into a Microsoft account. She couldn't look at Realms. I was like, okay, well, you probably do have to do the update. So lots of things I guess in that case she wouldn't be able to use it because it's internet. But yeah, I think so many things now, even single player, still require a connection of some sort.
Yeah, it'd be worse for Isaac because no Minecraft, no watching stuff on his tablet. I think he would struggle.
Yeah, and even in gaming with no internet. I mean, I was going to say Netflix within the internet as well. So I guess I'll just go for a long walk and contemplate my life. I don't know.
No, I'll listen to some vinyl, still. Guys. You can't take that from me.
Bollocks. It
sounds warmer, Dave.
I'll try every game I've got, but I'm like, okay, hang on, no. Oh yeah, it works about the internet. Yeah,
just play
Switch 2. Yeah, Donkey Kong.
Switch 2. I'd probably get some time on the Miu Mini.
Yeah. Right. Not booted mine up for a while, but that became a puzzle bobble machine for me.
Oh yeah,
I
keep telling myself I want a new one, Dave, but none of them are unless you're spending about 300 quid, none of them are that much better than the.
Do you know what? Did you see that thing I shared on Blue Sky? Or maybe I've shared it in our WhatsApp. The thing where it's it flips on a 2DS.
Yes, that thing is insane.
It looks absolutely wild. That thing.
Bizarre. Yeah.
The thing that gets me, Sean, is that when we bought the Miu Mini, we were like, fucking hell, this is this really cool device. Now I see it on TikTok Shop, I'm like, oh, it's a piece of shit. It's really low of my opinion.
Normies are buying it now.
And a fraction of the cost.
There are others that are just, the same but bigger and with OLED screens and stuff, and that's probably where I would go, because I feel like if I wanted to emulate fucking PS2, GameCube, etc., I would probably do that on the Steam Deck, but I've not bothered because I don't know, not really interested. So I feel like all I would get is just a bigger, brighter Miu Mini, basically. I don't want to play anything beyond like the GBA. Anyway, Phil Wall says the Bank of England has decided to have famous British video game characters on the banknotes. Who are you putting on the £5, £10, £20, and £50? Thank.
This is quite a difficult question.
Yeah, British.
There are not that many that I can think of. I mean, Lemmings.
Yeah, Lemmings was my first thought as well.
I don't want to go with the obvious and Lara Croft. I mean, it's just
no.
ridiculous.
You'd have Lara Croft on there. You would choose Lara Croft easily.
Yeah.
Banjo Kazooie. That's rare. That's British, right?
What about Sea of Thieves?
Yeah,
one of the famous characters from Sea of Thieves.
Well known.
What about
Dude
Minor
from
Willie?
GTA 3?
But is that?
I hate that. Yes, it is.
Salubrious,
Isn't it?
Well, for starters, is the £50
Car
note
from Forza. Sorry, that was Evil Mammal in the chat.
But does the £50 get the best character?
If it
Because
does,
right?
Sean, if it does, that means it's getting Zool.
British game characters.
Clyde Radcliffe from Creatures on the Commodore 64. He can be in the Fiver.
How about Project Natal's Milo?
Yeah,
get him on there.
I mean, Googling it doesn't help.
Let's keep on the.
Ginger Ninja in the chat says Worms on the 20. I'd be able to live with that.
I guess Worms. Yeah. How about What's in the Cube? Have that on the Fiver.
Professor Layton. What if it's British developers, famous British developers? Because Peter Molyneux would get on the 50, 100%.
I think he'd get on the £5.
Oh yeah.
Well,
He'll tell everyone he's getting on the 50, but then he comes out and he's on the 5. Okay, next question.
Ben / Scientologist says, thank you so much for promoting my Game Noah quiz, and congratulations to Karas for winning. The questions and answers are in the Discord for anyone listening who still wants to check it out. Thank you to Sean for joining in and coming third. But Sean doing a quiz begs the question, when will we see the return of In the Quiz Inning?
Oh, mate, we should do it.
I've been thinking about it. I had an idea for the virtual set.
Excellent.
That's half the battle.
So. Well, basically. Because I haven't got the one I had where it was like an actual
quiz show, game show.
Yeah. Because I was watching that back, and it was I was so proud of stuff I figured out for that, but also I know I could do it better now. So yeah, and then I had another idea about how I could do it, but I don't want to spoil it.
Oh yeah,
so,
another quiz.
It may never happen, but yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it.
We need you wearing a jacket in the heat of summer.
That's the point. Yeah, I'll wait for it to cool down, then I'll consider it. Still got that jacket somewhere. Alex79. Evening, lads. Whilst reading an article about Pico 8, I suddenly remembered that Sean had pledged earlier in the year that he would make a video game this year. I just wondered how that was going. Cheers, Alex. No, zero progress.
No, Sean. You say
you said you were
Sean,
diagnosed with ADHD.
Sean, you've got to say, look, we there's no update right now. I'm just saying, we're cooking up something incredible.
Yes.
But unfortunately, there's no comment
right
now. But let's just say
anything yet.
Yeah. But let's just say the team are hard at work.
Did I post that on Blue Sky or Twitter? Because if it was on Twitter, there's no record of me saying it now.
It feels old enough to be Twitter, but who knows anymore.
No, I do still want to. It's just as with everything else, finding the time. What I need to do, I need to look at the Lazy Devs Academy tutorials, and then just see how long they are if you added them all together. Because if it ends up being 60 hours, then it's probably not happening.
I mean, you could combine it and stream yourself making a game. That would be pretty good,
I did wonder, but so much of it would just be me watching Lazy Devs Academy videos and then being like, right, I'll just type in what he just said.
That's just fun. We'll be learning alongside you.
No, that would be interesting. Evil Mammal in the chat says just use AI.
Good point, Evan.
Yeah, do some vibe coding, but then it might choose to
make me a game. Done. There you go.
Mr. Bill Anker.
Did you hear about Ian Lee trying to get ChatGPT to make him an app?
No, how did that go?
And the weirdest thing.
The app was called Uber.
The app just lied to him.
Yeah,
it's like, I'll get the APK file over to you straight away, and it didn't. And he went, yeah, you caught me out there. I can't actually do that.
Because someone did this trying to write a book, didn't they? And they were like, right, now download it, and it was like, there's an error. And they ended up going to like, I can't remember exactly what it said, but basically he went to Reddit and he's like, oh, can someone help me? I've got this like 472 meg book that I need to download, and ChatGPT is not giving it to me. And then basically everyone helped him realize that the ChatGPT had been lying to him the whole time.
Oh, that is so good. Oh yeah, you can have that. Here it is. Hang on, no, sorry, the internet's. Oh, I'm busy. I can't run now, but it's definitely done. So, It is done. I mean, it's basically a book. But I just can't write. No, annoying.
I mean, that's pretty much what it was doing with the app, wasn't it, Dave? Where it was just like, because he was like, said to it at the start, like, can you make me an app that will do this? And it's like, yeah, of course I can do that. And it's like, and then like, yeah, towards the end, he was just like, well, can you give it to me? And he was like, sorry, that wasn't
you caught me there.
You caught me there. I can't do that.
To be fair, that's basically me at work, so fair play.
Sean was replaced by AI at the age of 16.
Mr. Bill Anker, brackets, don't call me William, says, would you ever reveal to the listeners how much money TCGS brings in? Would you ever reveal your day job salaries to each other or to the listeners? I heard salaries are made a taboo subject to keep pay disparity under the carpet, but maybe it's a British thing as being too personal.
Let's do 3, 2, 1 and we'll say it at the same time.
No, I don't want to discuss. I've told you that story that James and I once told each other our salaries. I don't remember what he said. We felt awful about it the moment we did, and we wish we never did it. Yeah,
I think the transparency within a workplace can be really useful because, yes, certainly people use the idea of it being a secret to pay some people way more.
Definitely, totally, 100%.
And I think I work, so like where I work, everyone knows what grade everyone else is on, and it's fine. But in terms of like friends and stuff, I think I would rather not know.
Yeah, because I don't know why anyone needs to know this.
Well, no one needs to know. B, it's nowhere near painting a full picture. Like finding out that someone else is on more than you doesn't mean you're like, oh well, they should be fucking buying me dinner every time we go. Do you know what I mean? You don't know their entire circumstances, so just finding out their salary is like one tiny part of the whole picture. This is me working up to everyone. Yeah, this is me working up to everyone finding out that I'm on like a ridiculous salary.
Well, that was what was so funny. So I'll tell you this story. When Matt was looking for a job, he applied for a job that was for 120k, was it? Mm-hmm. The salary was 120k, 130k or something.
120,
Matt posted it in the WhatsApp group saying, I'm going for this job. And I just went, Sean said something like, the thing is, it's so hard to engage, like, to calculate, like, if that's ridiculously, like, if that's a stupid amount of money or not. And I went, no, it's not. I've been on that for a while. And Sean went quiet for like 5 minutes, and I knew he was like raging. Not raging, just
because
like,
again,
what the fuck?
Because you live in basically London, which
I am not on 120,000 pounds a year. But that is not.
It's on 140.
But the point is, I don't know how far that would even go in the south, so I don't even think about it. It's not worth it.
A Greg's lunch?
Yeah, pocket money. I find it weird. I think what it is that there's too much judgment involved in how much people earn, and I think it's relative. And I think if you tell a friend who's struggling that you're on a certain amount, that you're also struggling, that
it sounds like you're full of shit or you're an idiot.
Yeah. So I think that's. In terms of what we make on the pod, I mean, I'm not totally against saying what we earn. I don't know if
No,
it's a
because
bit
I don't even know
crass.
what the benefit would be.
Yeah, I don't know if there is any
Other
benefit
than like,
to
oh,
it. Really.
because again, it's like, well, yeah, like I can tell you, we could tell you how much we get from the Patreon, but I haven't got the energy to do a spreadsheet saying, yeah, but here's how much we legitimately expense on stuff.
Like,
each month.
there's
Do you know
that,
what I mean?
and
Like,
there's also the fact that it's not a salary.
No.
It is not something that we can leave our jobs for.
No. But it is an incredibly welcome boost.
Yeah.
I'm
God,
so
yeah,
grateful for it. Like
oh my God, yeah.
Like, because again, this is what's interesting about money, isn't it? Is that like, yes, money I get from the show and stuff allows me to buy stupid fucking toys and stuff, and I love it. But the idea of like, right, let's go on a family holiday for a week is like, fucking, how's that getting paid for? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
God, yeah.
Like,
it's
it's
insane.
mad.
Well, like, so I made a sort of reference to it earlier in the pod, but out of nowhere, Joe's written off another car. So we are now in a situation where we were like, cool, the next thing we need is the garden to be done. And then after that, we're going to get the front room done. And all those plans are gone now because we've had to take out a loan to get a car because we need a family car. And it is like, fuck. Okay.
I always, like whenever I get through an MOT, and like even if some stuff needed doing and like it's a pain, but I can work it out and pay for it. Like I always remember, like MOTs growing up were like just the worst. Like obviously mum and dad would never intentionally put the stress on us, but we knew when it was nearly MOT time because it was stressful as fuck for mum and dad. Because if there was stuff wrong, it was a fucking disaster.
I remember
so
my dad used to spend ages like out in the garage before the MOT.
Adding little bits of rubber to each tyre to make it look like the treads are higher.
So I'm always like, this is unpleasant, but I'm enormously grateful to at least be in a better place.
Is it? Can I ask you something about this? Is real side conversation here. Do you do the service thing? Because of all the cars I've ever owned, I've never actually got one serviced, and I feel like I just
I've done every car.
Well, because I was sort of because I had a few cars on like PCP deals where it's like you fucking get the service.
Oh yeah, you've got to get it done. Yeah.
So I was kind of in the habit, and then with my current car. I was financed from the garage, but then I realized I could just get my own finance with much better terms now, and did that. And I was like, right, I do technically own this now. No one's going to shout at me if I don't get it serviced. But I did carry on until like last year, and then I was like, maybe this is optional now.
It's like 120 quid or whatever. And
it was more than that. I mean, on VW, it's like 240 quid or something. And
fucking hell.
And then sometimes you still have to pay out as well. I was like, well, why?
And usually find out the stuff wrong. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was fine driving it when it was nearly falling apart.
Yeah, I hate car stuff. Like in general.
So do I.
Like
I don't
when the car was last in the garage, they were like, "Oh, there's like a bit of an oil leak," and I'm like, "Well, you changed the sump about 6 months ago." But I hate that sort of conflict.
Well, that's it. That's what it's like. One of those things. You get a call. Oh, there's a problem with the oil in your car, and you go, right. This is either a £20 conversation or a £600 conversation, and you could say either, and I wouldn't know the difference. That's the bit that I get. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah, I generally. I mean, this is not the way to do it, but I generally just like don't want a car that's more than 3 years old, so I don't have to deal with this. So I just, I hate high purchase or whatever it is, and just pay every month, and then get a car that's basically 6 months old, or whatever. And when it gets to 3 years, get another one because I can't be worrying about
just
MOT
such an
stuff.
Expensive way of doing it, isn't it?
It is. I know. I could get a loan and pay the car outright, but I don't know. Just whatever. I'm used to it now.
All right.
Well, I guess the alternative is what I get like a chunky loan and still be paying it off every month. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of what.
So it's kind of. I mean, essentially, what I've got as a loan through VW to get a car, or could get a loan. Although they do say actually don't go through the thing; they just go to every bank and you can get a better deal than go to a dealer. But yeah, so I'll still be paying money every month. Either it's. I know what are we doing? Fucking hell! I wanted to go to bed.
So middle-aged, boring chat, but yeah,
this is bonus show materials, guys.
Yeah, okay, we're not talking about this. Yeah, you're absolutely right. This is fucking boring as fuck. Sorry, everyone. I'm so sorry. Right. You've got to understand that we're getting on a bit, and
not me. I'm getting younger.
You're not, Matt.
I'm getting younger. I saw the other day. He injected me with some stuff, and I'm getting younger. It's like a substance, but weird.
I was trying Benjamin Button, Matt Murray. I was trying to work that out. It doesn't work. Go on.
I cried 3 times watching that film.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was good, but I didn't.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Can we do the next
move
question,
on.
please?
James's cheese box says, does it perturb you that Kane and Rince exhibit an apparent reticence in designating the TCGS podcast by its proper appellation, opting instead to allude to it as the, quote, unnamed podcast or the, quote, a particular podcast? It's a bit rude.
So they did this recently.
Wankers.
On the latest thing, like saying the podcast that can't be named, they said. What I love about that much is that I don't know if they intentionally do it, but that is the one thing that pisses me off. And I have so much respect for that. For them to have done the one thing, like, maybe they haven't done this, but if they sat down and said, what's the one thing that could piss TCGS off as much as possible? When we talk about them, call them the podcast that can't be named or the unnamed podcast or whatever. Fair fucking play. That is the greatest move in this whole argument that we've had with them over the past 9 years or whatever it's been. That was a masterful move. Fair play to you, Chris. It pissed me off and it worked. Well done.
I think that's great as well. It's like, it would be a mystery. Like, what is this podcast?
We don't want any mystery. We want people to know who we are.
Yeah,
because they'll do some Googling.
Getting our name out.
They'll do some Googling, they'll find it, they'll do some, oh, it must be related to this, and then that's good for us. That is good. That's just great.
Clark Rhubarb Extraction Device says, big question. TV shows, Games Master, Thumb Bandits, or Bad Influence is your go-to for 90s game news drops. For me, it was Games Master, which I always dreamed of being on, but instead I became one back in 2008, so I got in on a technicality. I'm not sure what that means.
He became a Games Master. I assume he won the show 2008, though.
No.
It wasn't still going in 2008.
Keep up the great pod, lads. Love the Capone edits for everyone, even though they give me hardcore anxiety.
Hold on, what was the Games Master? Was that the contestant, or was it the?
No, it was
Patrick Moore, wasn't it?
Patrick Moore, yeah.
So I became
the
one.
Games Master.
Okay.
Unless Clark means he's a master of games.
Or unless he just means he ran a tabletop role-playing session, in which case he...
okay.
That might be
that makes sense.
I mean, Games Master and Bad Influence for me. I didn't have them.
I mean,
but news? I'm not sure I got news.
Better for news.
What do you mean you didn't have Fun Bandits?
What was it on?
Sky, wasn't it?
Channel 4?
Yeah. No, I think it was on
Fun
Sky.
Bandits.
I only had Games Master and Bad Influence. Yeah,
they're not the same era. Like, these things are not the same era at all. Like, Fun Bandits was
Fun Bandits
much
was Channel
later.
4.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it was Channel 4.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember it was just on really late. I remember it being on really late.
Yeah, I think Bad Influence had news, and Games Master felt like I wasn't there for the news. I was there for them playing, I don't know, some game challenge against each other.
And the innuendo.
And that.
Yeah.
For me, Bad Influence was the one that you sort of had on in the background.
Well,
hang on. Didn't really pay too much attention to.
Don't be
are you going to get the data blast, Dave?
Yeah. I'm saying for me, I'm upset that what was that fucking Gamesville? I'm upset that's not included on this. But and there was another one. There was another one on Sky, wasn't it? Where you had to. It was like the game.
Games World.
Was it Games World? The one where you had to play against like the experts, and they all had their own. They were like the people from the chase. They all had their own thing, like a character or whatever they come out to. Yeah, Bad Boy Barry came from it, I think. Where did Bad Boy Barry start?
That was
come out
Big Boy Barry.
Sure. Anyway. Big Boy Barry, yeah, Bad Boy Barry. Anyway, I know this sounds like I'm being a twat, but yeah, it was Fun Bandits was my favourite. I liked Games Master. I never loved it as much as most people.
Oh yeah, that was the one. That was an event.
Bad Influence was okay for me, but Fun Bandits just I was the right age and the fucking humour in it, and I still think about the time that Ian chucked a fucking full can of tennis balls at some bloke's head and it pinged off his head, and it makes me laugh to this day. Yeah, I loved that show. Yeah, Games Master, I don't know. There was just something about it. I liked it. I just didn't connect with it like most people did. It was weird. All right.
Yeah, but Ben the chat's mentioning Bits. Yeah, I like that as well. Bits is...
Bits. Yeah, lots of video game shows. Yeah, yeah.
Stan Lee says, who from the Fantastic Four are each of yous? Excelsior.
I've not seen it. Is the
Pedro
film really
Pascal?
good?
You can't just be Pedro Pascal. That's not.
Yeah, that's
I don't
not
know
how
the
it
characters.
works.
So
Don't know characters.
Davis Reed Richards, Matt's Johnny Storm,
Yeah,
James.
who does he play for? Who does he play by in the movie? Is Reed Richards?
I don't even know.
Okay.
So Matt's you're the guy who sets on fire and flies around, the cool one. James is the Thing.
Is he cool?
And I'll be
The Thing.
and I'll be Sue. How's that?
Wait, who? Why am I the other fella?
He's the leader. Calm down.
Oh, so I'm played by Joseph Quinn. Okay, Joseph Quinn seems cool.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I haven't seen reviews for it. Who knows?
James hasn't spoken for about half an hour.
I know. It's just, I did say that I prefer Bad Influence, but there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? What's your problem with this bit?
It's just, I don't know. Just
You're
get on
a
with it.
huge guy made of rocks
faster-
and smashes the fuck out of things. You have a
Exactly.
loving blue-eyed
It's just
thing.
like, fine. That's all
The
right.
faster. Okay.
Barry Ben says, hello, lads. First of all, it's time for an opinion on a game that came out 12 years ago. I think Super Mario 3D World is one of the most phoned-in, boring games Nintendo has ever made and was an embarrassment compared to Galaxy, 64, and the like. However, when I first started to play it on the Switch in handheld mode, I had a newfound appreciation of it, as it felt more akin to its 3DS counterpart and was really fun in short sessions. As a simple thing such as where you play the game ever affected your opinion on it this strongly. Cheers, lads. Free Palestine.
Barry Brent, I just assumed that you were in a shitty mood when you played one of the best Mario games of all time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
3D
can
World
be
is
how it goes
fantastic.
sometimes. Yeah.
That is a bad take.
I think he knows.
Good. And then when you say Galaxy 64 and the like, the and the like can only really be Sunshine, which proves how wrong you are.
Yeah.
Because that game was not top tier Mario at all.
I mean, I'm discovering the original Death Stranding however many years on. Just for, I don't know, it just didn't land previously for reasons unknown. Having it on the Steam Deck is pretty huge. I'm mostly playing it on the actual PC because it looks nicer, but it's all right on the Steam Deck.
Just on that, I'm gonna assume there aren't like a billion structures around because it's been out for years. Like it's all deteriorates and stuff. So I thought,
I'm still like early games, so there's a few things. There's like a few bridges and stuff, and like ladders and
that's
shit, but there's no.
Doesn't it get wiped every month?
Yeah, all the things you build like deteriorate after a while anyway, so it doesn't make sense.
I see. Yeah,
I did wonder if Sean logging in, there's like an entire city built.
Here's a motorway to the end of the game.
Why am I possibly build a road? It's like literally like helicopters and all sorts of shit here.
Right, last question from Eskil Wendell. It says, Dear Stellan, Bill, Gustav, and Alexander, do you have any fun friend meeting stories? I met fellow listener Håkon Lindstad because I was reading a manga in Japanese before an exam, and he walked over and said, Sumimasen, Nihongo wo hanashimasu ka? And I thought, what in the world? That means you speak Japanese. And after the exam, he showed me his new 3DS with a nipple for playing Monster Hunter, as far as I remember it. That was about 10 years ago, and I'm proud to call him a dear friend. Have you met any of your friends in an unusual manner?
Yeah,
That's a great story, by the way.
The story about when James and I first met was funny. We've told it before on this pod, but a long time ago. Mm-hmm. Our first meeting, we knew each other online. We first sort of started talking to each other when Xbox Live first started. I'm talking when only the demo disc was available with MotoGP and Mech and Whacked. And we decided, me, you, and our friend Slady decided to meet up at Slady's place in Birmingham. And I got there first. I think I drove. I got there first. I went in to see Slady and we hung out for a bit. And he said, James is here, but he's in a cab and he doesn't know where to stop. So I'm going to go out. Let's go out to the road and we can flag the cab down and he can park up. And we saw the cab come in. We were talking to you on the phone, weren't we, James?
Yeah.
And we waved at the cab for the cab to pull over. The cab pulled over, and I don't know what happened to Slady. I'm assuming we didn't take it as seriously at the time, but I'm assuming it was a panic attack / anxiety attack, and he ran off.
Yeah.
Like he got so worried about meeting James, I guess, he just bolted. And James got out the cab and went, "Where's Slady going?" And I went, "I don't know." And he said, "Well, what do we do now?" And I'm like, "I don't know. We're standing outside of Slady's house. He's not here.
He's going to have to come back." It's
we do. And we were out there for a good 5 to 10 minutes waiting for him to come back, and he came back all sweating, going, "I'm sorry about that." And that was the
we
first
didn't really
time
talk
I met
about
him.
it.
We did
Get
come
after
back. Okay.
He did come back eventually. Yeah, we didn't really mention it after that, did we?
No, we didn't.
But it was quite an interesting first meeting. I don't remember meeting you for the first time, Sean.
It was
Wow.
it's the most important day of my life.
Yeah, Sean's like, I don't remember either. Actually, I don't remember.
It was a post EGX drinks thing, wasn't it? I remember I approached you and Michael. And I think Capone was there as well.
Wow, really?
Yeah. The full squad, apart from Matt and James, obviously.
Yeah, I wasn't there that.
I alluded to it last week. Have I told on the show the story about becoming friends with Gary Dutton?
No, go on.
It was basically on Midnight Resistance. I think it was Andy did an article and I think it was something about the Dreamcast and just nicked a load of Gary's photos. And Gary got in touch like, "Hello, could I have some credit, please, if you're going to use them?"
You're like, "Fuck off, blocked."
Yeah. Fuck that guy. And we got chatting to him because of that, and now he's a good mate.
Did you ever credit him?
I think we added. Yeah,
these were nicked from
these
Gary.
Were stolen from Gary Dutton. We ain't paying him.
Gary Dutton.
Yeah.
Matt, have you got any?
No, I don't think I have any actually. Something none that come to mind.
Not when we first met, and you were just a big fan of me.
Is that what I said? We met at Bathmead, didn't we?
Bathmead, yeah. But Joypod was already out, and you come over and started going, "Oh, I'm a big fan of your podcast and everything." And I was like, "All right, mate, where do you want me to sign?" You don't remember?
I don't remember that specifically. No,
I remember that. I remember it. It's all I think about whenever you're giving me lip. I think about how you started your podcast career by coming over and bum licking me.
No, I think before that I said, "Here's a DM on Rollmark. I think it's good, but it can be a lot better."
No, I remember that.
And I invented Instagram. So, never forget that. I mean, I read out the message I wrote to you on Ian Lee's
you did
most recent series. So if you want to hear what I said to David over DM back in 2007 or 8, then find my episode of Ian Lee's show.
You guys still make friends?
No.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, mostly through like job, work and stuff. That's where
that's funny.
That's where all my friends basically came up when I moved up Leeds. Move up to Leeds. All my friends.
I've not made a friend at work ever.
No. Not really. I've still got friends from Super. And so the other day, someone. I did this post on Instagram about retiring from Sports Day, and a guy called Rich Towers, who I worked with back in probably 2010, 2015, he just messaged me out of the blue saying, with a post relating to that. I was like, I'm still getting, it's just, I have pretty much every job I've not paid for rounds and not my Saturday job, but so many jobs I basically make friends for life.
Because you're cool, but we're not.
I don't think it's that. No.
What is it then, Matt?
I don't know.
That is what it is.
I'm probably just stubborn. I just hang around with people like, "Matt, do you want to fuck off? We don't work together anymore." I'm like, "Come on, let's meet up for a drink." Yeah, I don't know. I've always done it. I've always made. When I moved up to Leeds and I had no friends and family, the first people I met up here were people from Rollmuck, Lizzie and James and some other people. Other people from Rollmuck I can't remember right now. Sorry for listening. And and then from there, it's all my friends are basically through jobs.
I just feel like even when I have if it's one of the dads from school or whatever, and then it's after a bit, it's like, oh, of course they're a fucking transphobe or something. They'll come out with something. I'm just forget it. I can't be fucking bothered.
Yeah. All right, then. Are we done?
We're done.
Good. Let's get to the socials, Matt.
Yes, we stream this podcast live every Monday night on twitch.tv/TCGSco. You can watch it live by going there, going to our channel as well. We can sign up for notifications and find out when we're live. We're also on YouTube. Just search for TCGS on YouTube and you can see our streams when we do them and the show. And the website is tcgs.co, which is a link that auto forwards to our link tree. I'm not going to bother reading the link tree out, but when it says it's in unsecure, it's just going to a link tree page. But tcgs.co, which has links to Strava, our all our social channels, our Just Giving page for our run, a Blue Sky, Patreon is all on there. So tcgs.co is the only place you need to get to. All the links are right there.
We will catch you next week for some more video game chit chat. We hope you have a lovely week. Take care of yourselves out there. We love you. A goodbye.
As it's the very end of the show, should we just acknowledge that we've had a really big raid?
Yeah, I'm really, really sorry, Jam Deers. 105 people joined the stream. Sorry about that. The timing isn't great, but right, really appreciate it nonetheless.
Well, I'm out for having a chat. Should we stop the podcast?
So the video just stops here, and now we'll just carry on chatting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
I'll stop recording.
Hello, Jam Dearest. Thanks for that. What have you been doing? What stream have you come from? What's
Who are you? And
who are you?
Who do you think you are?
Oh shit! Post pod. Yeah, like his little extra pod. Do you watch Jesus
TCGS
Christ?
After Dark.
Okay.
Now we can say what we really think.
Yeah.
Can I stop recording now?
Yes, James. Okay. Yeah. You probably could have stopped recording about 45 minutes ago, and it wouldn't have made a difference to your audio file.
I've just come off a 5 hour. I just came off a 5-hour Teams call before we did this. I'm not joking, and I'm fucking knackered. Like it's
just sitting at your PC in front of a computer is knackering.
Yeah. Real job, mate. Learn a trade.
Yeah, like a labourer. I'm in front of a computer.
James was yawning during the intro. That seems like something that might happen.
Long Teams calls are a fucking nightmare. I hate it.
Yeah.
So, Raiders, hello. We are a weekly video game podcast. We record live on Twitch every Monday night from around 9 o'clock UK time. You can listen to our podcast on your normal podcast services. It's usually us just arguing about video games, really. We have just been talking about Donkey Kong Bananza, which 3 of us loved and 1 said was shit. And it was just such a shit game from what he's played so far, and that's Matt Murray.
He can't handle the freedom. That's the problem.
No, he couldn't handle. I don't.
When
know
I was playing, I was still thinking of Death Stranding. So now that's out of my head, I can focus on other things. But I was like, this is fine. But there's no deliveries in this.
It was his hot take, So
it is. He's trying to get on that controversial opinion.
Yeah, my new Twitch name is Angry Matt. I'm just gonna go. What to do with this? It's too woke for me. Actually, the game's too fucking woke. I'm sick of it.
His intro on his YouTube channel is hey, what's up? It's Angry Matt. Do you know what I hate? I hate fucking Donkey Kong. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah. Where's my Mario? This isn't Mario.
That's more aggressive in your voice, Matt.
I'm not working up to it.
I don't want to wake the neighbours.
Yeah.
Where's my Mario?
Yeah, for that, I'm sure.
We're usually really high energetic, but James Farley is not up for it tonight.
Sorry.
No, don't worry, I got distracted more than enough during that podcast. Holy shit. It is all going on my end. There's a
couple of times like, hey, so this, but how long have you played it? Well, just literally
because I'm getting, this is how much we're borrowing, this is the car we're buying as it's going on now, and I'm like, fucking hell, what's going on upstairs? Like, it's all happening. So, sorry, I repeated a couple of questions that had already been answered. I mean, the raid's fantastic, but none of your people seem to be engaging with us. So maybe it is time to wrap this one up.
Maybe they hate us.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame them.
No, I mean, Jam Dearest, do you follow us anyway? And you were streaming, and you thought, or did you just find a random?
Yeah, it was you going, let's find a stream that no one's watching and give them a big...
it's about to end.
They've buggered off as when we joined you said it's the end of the pod. That is a fucking fair point.
Yeah.
To be fair, that is a fucking
They
fair
fucked
point.
off to download last week's show.
You used to listen to Joypod. Why?
Oh, nice.
Hi. Well, thanks
used to,
so
but
much
stopped because it was shit.
Well, was that when they started Morolli? That's the question.
That was early days. It went downhill from there, believe me.
You know, I've got all of the Morollis. Maybe we do a bonus show where we listen to...
No.
What about the Sponcast?
I mean, I've probably... I do have a laptop. It might be at a family home with so many old episodes of Yeah, no, we should stop talking about this because you get in trouble probably.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us on our stream. Thanks for the raid, and we will be back at 9 o'clock next week as we usually are. And then there's like a sort of bit of a dodgy period where I'm not on the show, and then James isn't on the show for a long time. But we've got a couple of really good guests lined up. We're really looking forward to announcing those closer to the time. Maybe, do we need to get one more? Do you think?
How many have you got lined up?
Two.
I think we've I think there's like what 2 free man shows. I think we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could get 7 guests. So actually thinking about it.
So we hope you have a nice rest of your evening, and we'll catch you next week. Goodbye, everyone.
Well, indeed.
Goodbye.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.